Hello, we're live. Just so you know. Welcome back, everyone, to episode 12 of Bloodpunk. Unfortunately, we do not have an Alex today, and we probably won't next episode either, as he is away on his lovely little holiday in Australia. Why you want to go there, I have no idea.
It's unreal, right?
I'm never going there, that's for sure.
So many snakes and spiders.
Did I tell you my friend's golden orb story?
Yes, you did.
Do you guys
That's awful.
know what a golden orb is?
No.
Spider.
Yeah. They're
Big mother.
Oh, yeah.
not venomous, but they look like the thing from Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine was over in Australia. Dave, if you're watching. Not your Dave, but a different Dave.
That's okay. I think it was.
And they were on their trips, and he just felt wrong one day.
No, please
Just didn't know what was going on and rushed to the bathroom at a truck stop, burst open through the door, sat down and evacuated his system. And as the door swung closed, on the other side of the door of the room that he was in was a golden orb nest. And he was just in them as like Harry Potter. They were like coming down. Spooky stories for a spooky campaign.
I had one somewhere completely different.
No, they're not inside him.
Yeah, that's what I was like, oh, we ate one, and then it like,
No,
yeah, no.
oh god.
No,
Jeez.
just had diarrhea and in a public restaurant. Restaurant.
Yeah.
And, but he was just sweaty and pale and being there like, and then turned around and this like, door closes like golden orbs.
Friggin' Frodo in Shelob's lair.
Exactly that.
Jesus.
Get back!
Anyway, after that delightful intro story there, we have a lovely show sponsor, Warrior Prince 3D. Yes, his name is Richard. Who would like to speak about Richard and his wondrous
Does he have a
makings?
printer?
He does actually have a printer, surprisingly enough.
What does the printer print, Jack?
It prints 3D models and terrain.
And is there some kind of code you can
There
use,
is a
Jack?
code, yeah.
What is the code, Jack?
Oh, well, wouldn't you like to know?
Really? What?
The code is to the stars.
And what does that get you?
Currently is a 10% discount.
Currently is 10%. There's going to be a change potentially today.
Indeed.
And that discount may increase
Indeed.
shortly.
But right now, as for sure we know, it's at least 10% discount. So if you want any with 3D models and printing needs, he's your guy.
These person.
It's just got a lovely GK3, which is a fantastic model printer.
GK3
That sounds
Pro,
like
I
a
believe
gun
it
to
was.
me. It's got great GK3.
Yeah, it's...
Oh yeah, mate, just got the GK3. I didn't believe the mileage.
and
Unreal.
Guns, cars, things.
he's printing us some stuff for both Bloodpunk and for Starfinder on it, and I've already seen the prints, and they are
Indeed.
fucking tasty.
He's a good boy, isn't he?
He's a lovely, lovely man.
Wonderful.
I got to speak to him today because I was here for the Monster Manual paint up, wasn't I?
Yeah, we'll release that later.
that was very
today,
good.
Better get on it. It's such a busy day, isn't it?
It has been a busy day.
This is our 4th stream today.
Wow.
Yeah.
I do keep getting notifications like, what are they going live again for?
But busy. What I realised, Jack, is sorry to get you to this in the middle of the stride. Do you want to unplug the lights that are above us so we don't look
Which
like...
one is it?
So it's the far left-hand side for you.
This one.
If that's the furthest one towards that
Yes.
window, then yes, then it should turn these off.
Here's where the whole stream goes.
There we go.
Hey.
Because we don't need those on since we're not playing cards.
No, still live. Everyone good? Yeah, cool. I've got a bit of a cold, so I apologise for any coughing, which will happen.
Oh, coughing.
Right. Very nice.
Death will ensue. So,
Imminently.
I mean, we can just crack on straight into it if we want to. I mean, I'm happy to do that. How about you guys tell me where you think we are? And then I'll tell you where you're wrong or right.
Cornwall?
We're in
Not
the
real-
crypt. What, you were still in that fucking crypt?
But the crypt
Oh, we're in
main.
the actual crypt of the
You
crypt
are now
temple
in the
crypt of the dead
actual-
son
No,
and founder.
that's Alex's.
We're in the crypt.
Not that one.
We're in
other
the crypt, dead crypt
Yes.
of the founder,
Yes.
who potentially may or may not exist at this point. Who knows?
Do you not listen to this one back?
I did, and then I listened to other things, and it went.
Yeah.
Well, last time you found yourselves exploring the eastern wing of the crypt, where you discovered various encounters that sometimes left you with more questions than answers. You clear this eastern wing room by room with some quite close calls with more crimson monks and a sanguine elemental who was sort of like screaming to be killed, to be released from their hold in this place. But you found the last piece of the door that leads to the main chamber where supposedly the body of the founder resides. After a few tries with this door, all of you collectively having an input on how to best assemble this mechanism.
If there's anything that could have stopped the plot. Like, try. Well, they keep failing. They're just not getting past this door. You get past the door. It would suck.
You attempt a few times, and you do eventually succeed. And the door whirs into motion. And you realise that you have to again give another gift of blood to this door to release. And I believe Marcus was the one. No, was it?
He definitely was.
Yeah.
Yes.
He definitely. I mean, whatever hit points he's on, take 20 off.
He opened the very front door. I think he also opened this door as well. But anyway, it was only 1 HP. It's fine. And as this door opens, you are then presented with another corridor, which is littered with founder iconography. Most notably, the Ouroboros symbol that you know to be on the sigils that you own. This definitely the standout piece amongst all these illustrations in this corridor. It's not a big corridor; it's only about sort of 15 foot long. But this leads to another door, which is just a very sturdy normal door. You don't have to pay blood for this one. And it is unlocked and you push it open. You now stand within this main tomb where you can see in the center is this hexagonal black marble, almost black crystal tomb. And it's kind of on these couple of these steps that you have to step up to, but it only comes to sort of maybe waist height, not very high. And you can see from this center chamber, 3 more corridors sort of split off from it. So one straight ahead of you and one to each of you left and right. And I believe I gave you a small description. There was a couple more paintings within each of these corridors, including the one that you will also enter through. Mm-hmm. So let's make sure I get this right. In the room directly ahead of you as you enter, there is a picture of the founder, as you've seen him many times before. In the eastern room, which is the one to your right, there is a picture of the Crimson King in a very regal outfit and it's almost like a proud smirk on their face. In the western room, the room to your left, a picture of an unassuming mortal human lying on their deathbed. I believe this might have differed from some descriptions I gave you last time, as I think I've got it wrong. But this is the absolute right information here.
No, I do have an unassuming man who looks mortal in my notes.
I didn't mention deathbed last time.
No, that's new.
That is vitally important.
It could be vitally important. And in the sort of southern room, which you've just come through, just above the doorway is another picture of a young female vampire with long, straight black hair and parted in the centre. That's where we left off last time, as you just entered this room and observed it ever so slightly. This is where you are now. What would you like to do?
Do we pick a painting?
I mean, can we see anything in the thing? The hexagonal?
Yeah, you said it was like
has it got a lid or is it like...
It's almost crystal. It's very much like the marble that you've seen before, but it's very much opaque. You can't see in it by any means.
But it's got like it has like a lid
sort of
like situation.
Almost crystalline kind of texture to
I
it.
guess like Fear will put his hand out to like put his hand on it gently.
It's very cold to the touch. Nothing happens. It doesn't react to your touch.
Is
Quiet,
it sealed?
Daddy's sleeping.
Oh dear. I know you said that in jest, but I think there was some truth there, Fear. Is the lid...
He bites his lip, simp hard.
Is the lid fixed or is it movable?
Marcus, why don't you give it a nudge? You are the strongest of us, clearly.
Well, yes, I'll come over and use my big Marcus muscles.
Your voice is...
I was going to voice him, but now it sounds like you've nailed it.
Marker!
So that's the role of Marcus will be played by everybody else.
The understudies. And that's now the name of the group.
I don't have his sheet, so I don't
I
know.
do.
You do?
Yeah.
Awesome. You can make...
Strength.
Yeah, you can make an athletics check.
Okay.
With disadvantage.
No.
I think just reading his sheet is disadvantage.
Bless him. Bless him.
7. Why are you not proficient in that?
He tries to get a bit of leverage, and he almost, as he pushes it, he kind of slips a little bit on the corner. The tomb does not move in any way, shape, or form.
Maybe we should go into the other rooms then.
Perhaps.
Do we recognise any of these beings? Obviously, we have the founder,
Indeed.
and we have whatever this godlike figure said on the right. But also, this. Do we recognise the female vampire with the centre?
That is in the southern room. I think Marionette, most notably, because of what you've seen, very much the same as the person who was in the window as you approached the royal castle.
Girl from the window.
Oh yes, the window girl.
The window girl.
The window girl.
What about this unassuming dying man?
You can make me a... you know what, actually, not even going to make you roll.
Oh.
You just don't know.
It's just an
a
unassuming
very
man.
average, unassuming man who's clearly very ill, and they're clearly on their deathbed, in their last moments.
Is it like being tended to by anyone, or is it literally just him?
This picture is purely just of them in their bed, and they look almost like withered, almost.
How macabre.
Ooh.
I mean, it seems as we're here for the founder, maybe we should go down the founder corridor.
Founder first?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are more like rooms and corridors. They're not. It's literally about 20 foot by 25 foot.
Is it like a crucifix of a chapel?
It's like a plus symbol.
Yeah,
almost,
I got you. Yeah.
So yeah, they're not long corridors or anything, but you can, but you can get a closer look if you so wish. So yeah, you go over there and you can make me a perception check.
Might as well now we've found our way in.
If you're looking a bit more in depth.
You stop that right now.
I love it as wordplay, me.
If you're looking a bit more in depth and you want to look sort of for smaller details, then you can roll me an investigation.
Investigation.
It's entirely up to you.
Can we all partake?
Yeah, I mean, where are the rest of you going? You all going down the
Same
founder?
place.
All same
I'm going
place,
to do
yeah.
investigation. So I'm proficient.
But also investigate. So I think for Fierce, obviously, we've been brought here. It's been this whole rigmarole of pageantry of noble vampires. That is a investigation of 19.
Natural 20 for a 25.
8.
Wonderful. I think,
Kitty, you dropped your gay card.
I think, Kitty, you
Classics.
Such a good joke.
you at least notice there, just below the picture of the founder,
Yes.
on a small pedestal on the ground, is a goblet on top of this pedestal.
Mine.
You don't see any more details than that. Fear, you probably see in the other corner, one of the corner of this room is a small barrel. It's kind of like on this little tabletop, almost like a keg, almost. Very well made, and you perhaps maybe go to move it a little bit. You can hear fluid in there.
I imagine it's the founder's vintage.
And I'd say Marionette, with an at 20 especially, I think you get a little sort of closer detail. You can see this goblet that's on the pedestal, but you can also see where it's almost like dried blood almost inside this goblet. Definitely some blood marks there. But the picture of the founder itself, you kind of move it about a little bit and try and look at different angles of it. It's not magical by any means. It is just a very familiar photo of the founder in the same sort of pose that you've seen him before. Maybe you've seen him in the royal castle. Perhaps maybe wearing the same garments as when you saw him in your vision.
Okay.
Does the chalice that's with Kitty look like the same one from our vision?
Yeah.
No, it does not.
Is there like a bung or a cork stopper to this barrel?
Yes, there is, yes. I like the second that sound better. As soon as you uncork it, you get an immediate whiff of blood.
And care for a drop.
I want to inspect it. I mean, can we tell whose blood it is? Is that too... I feel like we need, like...
Hours now.
Yeah.
Tips.
With the tools that you have on you,
Yeah.
I don't think you can tell whose blood it is.
I mean, does it smell familiar to the blood that we drank in the...
In the vision?
Yeah.
I
mean, I feel like blood smells the same.
More
I don't know.
velvety, isn't it? It's like, delicious. And
I think you have a little sort of... You put your nose up to it and maybe dab a little finger in there and taste it. It doesn't taste the same.
Okay.
Certainly different, but you would imagine even because it's been in this tomb locked away for a little while, it's actually quite fresh.
Interesting.
Feels almost like it's a setup to a puzzle.
I don't mind having a glass.
I mean, pour me one too.
Or pour.
Yeah,
I
you...
bet it's quite thick.
into what?
The chalice.
Into the chalice, and you just sort of go and drink from it or
If
whatever?
you don't mind. I'm parched as always.
We only have one cup, don't we? We can share. I don't mind.
Marcus, hold out your hands.
Oh, there we go. Obligingly.
Kitty, you can drink from Marcus's hands. That's not demeaning at all.
That is a vision.
Yeah. Jesus
Like a
Christ.
Shire horse.
Are you drinking from the chalice?
Yes.
Okay, who's doing it first?
I
I don't mind taking the hit.
don't mind. If you want to
Okay.
take the hit, go take the hit.
Ladies first.
You
No, don't
pick
mind
up the
me. Yeah,
chalice,
have a sip.
you fill it with a bit of blood and you drink it. It's quite fresh. You can regain 2 hit points. Nothing moves, nothing happens.
Well, it seems alright to me.
If you don't mind, I'm a little low. I mean, can I get over half my hit points back chugging this?
I'd say not.
Okay.
No. Only because there's only so much blood within this barrel.
And you will share it round. It's something he
yeah.
will do. Is
If you take a drink from it, I'd say you get another 2 hit points back as well.
hold on to your hands, Marcus.
Face plant.
Net, and he'll just hand you the chalice.
Can't drink.
We've established you can.
I can't though. I can tube it.
You can tube it.
But she doesn't need to tube it, and so she won't.
Who's that? The Hoover from Teletubbies.
Like a little Hoover attachment. Came with the new upgrade. Time.
That's in your face now.
That's terrifying.
Whoever consumes blood out of this chalice can have 2 hit points returned to them.
Right, I think Marcus is on it. What is that?
But again,
31.
nothing happens.
31. Perhaps we should have a look at the other rooms.
Yes, quite.
Crimson King?
Yes, let's see this traitorous bastard.
Tell us how you really feel, Fear.
That's obvious, isn't it?
Okay, so I won't get you to make another roll because it's a very similar room to the one that you were just in. There is another chalice on another pedestal underneath the painting at the back of the room. There is another keg of blood on the side. The painting looks a lot more regal. It looks like a lot more attention was paid to it. And it's very much a depiction of the Crimson King looking very powerful, in a very straight back, broad-shouldered, wearing this very regal outfit, sort of black and red. There's even like a few medals on one chest, on one pec, and
Direct.
Yeah.
Make him dance.
but you can see
Terry Crews.
there's an ever slight sort of side smile as he's sort of very proud of his standing.
Oh,
But
dear.
God, I hate
a
it.
very similar positioning to where these things are in this room as well.
And yet I still want him dead.
Well,
Marcus, please. Your turn
wow.
first.
Marcus will take a drink from the chalice.
Another 2 hit points.
Doesn't feel poisoned or...
The next to the girl, perhaps, and then finally the unassuming man.
I agree. They won't drink from this one.
Fair enough. So you go over to the unassuming man on his deathbed, and hardly any attention was paid to this. You can see the frame of it is just kind of this sort of almost broken wood. It's not regal in any nature whatsoever. That you can see there's a slight tear in the canvas of this painting.
Bless you, Kissy dear.
You can see that the painting is also not quite so straight on the wall, it's a bit skewed. Again, there is another chalice on another pedestal. There's another keg on another side table.
Are all the chalices, do they all look the same?
They do. They are the same size, same material.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Well, I guess we try this one too. Marcus, if you wouldn't mind.
Another 2 hit points.
Fine vintage.
Oh, yeah, I will try this one then.
Are you drinking this one?
Yeah.
Another 2 hit points for you.
Hey, I'm back up to
I think
over
I'll
half.
try this one as well, and then it'll get me up.
Another 2 hit points for you, Kitty.
I think he's back up to max now. I think he's still there before.
Anything else that seems like movable items? So like things like pedestals or like not necessarily secret walls or potentially secret walls, just like stuff that looks like it could be moved around like a puzzle in like some kind of secret lock.
Well, you can see the pedestal is very much secured to the floor. It's not loose. It's almost like it's part of the tile that it's on. But nothing else is loose. You can move the keg, you can move the painting.
Could I have another look at the tomb itself?
Yep.
And see if there's any like blood residue on there or any kind of like indents.
Yeah, you can roll me an investigation check.
Sure. Let's do that. 19.
19. You sort of had a go around the sort of perimeter of this tomb, this hexagonal tomb. There are no blood markings whatsoever. It's very clean, it's very well kept. Whether that's magically done so to stave off the dust or anything like that. But you get to one side and you can see there's actually a small lever by the tomb. But there's also an inscription on the side of this tomb where the lever is.
What does it say, precious?
To each, according to their might.
Ooh. To each according to their might.
Looks like a job for you, Marcus. Pull the lever.
He goes to pull it, and it just doesn't move. It's like locked in place.
Is this to do we think, with the might of each of these people on the photo?
So we have to drink them all?
Or maybe it's the last one you drank. Maybe the weak old man, it's a weak thing to pull. The might of each.
Now,
you think they'd make it simple for us?
well, you would, but you'd also think that what is might? And I'm just going to go through my Rolodex of past memories and try and see if I can find what we talked to the founder about when we asked those questions.
We'll give it a pull.
What, the one by the two?
Yep.
Locked in place.
Could I go and drink the blood from the... Oh no, did Marcus drink the Crimson King blood?
He's drunk from everyone so far.
So, okay, no, ignore me.
But the last one we drank from was...
The unassuming
dead guy,
man.
Oh, so that was the weak one.
Yeah, but we haven't drunk from the window person.
Oh, right.
Or, I mean, was that everyone?
You have not been in the southern room yet.
Yeah, so that, yeah.
Let's have a look in there then.
Yeah, what's in the southern room?
So, again, same layout. There is another pedestal. There is another goblet. And there's another picture, which you've seen of the young vampire. Just long, very straight black hair. I think it's only Marionette that's actually seen her before, from a distance.
Well, bottoms up, and we'll just.
Another two hit points for anyone who drinks it.
And then I guess we'll go over to the thing and try and pull the lever again.
Locked in place.
Does the tomb look like it turns?
You can roll me investigation check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty rot.
You're quite adept at sort of noticing traps and locked doors, any mechanisms as such. You can see that this tomb is not on any sort of rotating platform. I think I'll let you know on not nat 20, but in a dirty 20, that the lever, you can't try and see if there are any mechanisms in there. And you can see that there's something in there that's not connected. Whether something needs to change, something needs to happen to let this lever work.
I mean, we could just try pouring blood on the tomb. Everything else has been blood, blood, blood. It's almost like we're all vampires.
You tell me what you're doing.
Just trying to think through what he said to us. And what he said about blood was it shapes the world around us, and blood is life power.
Does it look like there are like grooves or anything, like if we were to pour blood onto the tomb that would like...
With your check, no. This tomb is too
Marcus,
sort of
smash it
irregular.
open.
Ooh, I don't know if
think
we
that'll
should
be
use
wise.
that.
You sound a lot more like Alec Guinness than Ewan McGregor these days.
It's a transition.
Surrounds us with blood pretzels. I'm going to throw a pretty big temper tantrum if we don't work this out quickly.
Calm down, Fear.
I'm not one for riddles,
To each
really.
according to their might.
Might.
Maybe we have to do something in an order. It doesn't seem like we would have to drink, but maybe something in this area, maybe we have to offer it to the pictures, or maybe we have to move the pictures, something that can then reconnect, because there is a connection here in this lever, it's just not there. Up to you.
Say the unassuming man frame is askew, yes? Can I just write it and bring it back to kind of...
Absolutely, you can.
I mean, is there anything behind it?
Is there anything behind it? It's just an unassuming
It's
frame.
plain darkened stone wall.
Well, we give it all we've got. Time to go home, I think.
That's it. We're done.
I feel like we have done our duty. Now we've got another 19 days, and I think we're dead.
Do we, perhaps if we fill each chalice on the pedestal?
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, bring it back up.
So I'm going to go around and I'm just going to fill each chalice and just leave them on the pedestal for now.
Okay.
I don't really know where to go from there.
I'm guessing nothing's happening. No.
Locked in place.
Because it feels like there's definitely, in terms of it, speaking of might, if it's just like visual might, you were saying that the Crimson King looks. Is his portrait probably the most like powerful looking of everyone? Like,
I mean, I think you think about those sort of words, and the Crimson King portrait is far more regal than the Founders. And you would imagine this is the Founders too. Why wouldn't that be the most regal? It's very out of place.
yeah.
It's maybe...
Well, it feels like it's something to do with that, but I don't. The pieces are not forming together.
What if it was the Founders one first, but the Crimson King we know has been here and has changed?
Indeed.
So actually we go for whatever we need to do to activate it with the Founder first, then the Crimson King, then the lady, then this unassuming innocent man.
It's just an innocent man.
But
Do we
still,
drink it in order, or do we...
I guess he will drink from the Founders. Like, just a sip, something that's like, you know, I don't want to waste the blood here.
Yeah, so everything, all the goblets at the minute are filled pretty much to the brim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all filled to the brim, and you take a small sort of sip out of
Then-
Founders.
Do I pull the lever now, or do I do them in turn?
I think do them in turn.
So then he'll go to the Crimson King, take a shot,
So, like a bit more? Like, how much are you drinking?
same amount.
Okay, you take a little sip.
Or am I supposed to do the whole thing?
I think it's you drink the most
Of the mightiest.
of the mightiest.
Just back over to the founder. Well, bottoms up. 2 hit points, I guess.
They found a loop. Yeah, sure.
Infinite HP.
Then we'll go over to the Crimson King and have half a goblet.
You drink half a goblet.
One hit
That's
point?
1 hit point.
Then you'll go over to the lady, yes?
Yes.
And drink a quarter goblet.
I won't let you have any HP for
That's
that.
fine. And then we'll go over to the unassuming man. Do I drink it or do I just...
Just maybe dip a pinky.
Yeah, like an eighth.
Lever?
Yeah.
Crunch.
I think I've worked it out. I think if we tip them out and we fill them according to their
fill
might.
rather than drink. Yeah.
So, Marcus, if you would like to drink the rest of the
Wait, he's already at full. Give them to me.
and beer. Katie, do you need any?
Oh, I'm fine.
Fine.
So what, 2 hit points?
So are we doing maybe like a quarter on the unassuming man, half on the lady, 3/4 on the Crimson King, full on the founder?
Actually, that sounds like a plan.
And if that doesn't work, we can switch the Crimson King and Founder.
Indeed. We do that.
Okay.
And then
So, founder the most,
founder the most.
Crimson King a little bit less.
Yeah.
The young vampire, a bit less than that.
Yeah.
And then how much are you putting in the...
Just a dribble.
Just a little.
Just a little dribble.
You go to try and pull this lever over. It almost gives, but it's locked.
Switch over the founder and the Crimson King.
Yeah.
Fucking
Try
Indiana
again.
Jones bit. Oh my god, crunch!
And the lever
Breaks off.
Yes, a little bit.
Marcus, you idiot!
You can see
Made in Cyherested.
as you go to pull it once more, you can see if it is you fear, you see that connection has been made,
Yeah.
and you know that this lever will work as you're about to pull it.
It appears we are there.
As this top slab of this hexagonal tomb it starts to move to the side on its own, and it kind of topples to one edge. And inside the tomb, you can see there is another platform.
Oh, do you see why I get so frustrated?
Yes,
I'm starting to get there.
absolutely.
And there is another lever in the centre of this
Oh,
platform.
for goodness sake.
And I will just say that this tomb is big enough for like multiple people to stand in.
I tell you now,
Is it a lift?
vampires are nothing but plans upon plans upon plans, and it is infuriating. My entire existence has been nothing but this. And killing the Crimson King will bring this tyranny to an end.
No more levers on levers. That's oh, there we go. That's the platform on which my College of Oppression is going to manifest. No more levers.
I'm glad we're finally starting to see an accord.
Right, everyone's supposed to get on the lift.
Marcus, get in.
Ooh.
I love that when you keep on in, the characters just get abused.
That is so true.
This is what happens when you're not here. You forfeit your character.
Wait, you shit yourself.
I did a whoopsie.
It fucking
It's all about
stinks.
blood. We've done so much of it.
Blood pudding.
What have you been eating? We don't eat anything other than blood.
I tried Pringles.
They are not even. They're potato dust.
It was delicious.
The love of God, Marcus.
Get on the platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're all standing on this platform, whoever pulls the lever,
Pull the lever.
or lever, and this one's kind of a larger lever. You have to pull a little bit on it, but you do so.
Bless you, Kitty.
Thank you.
And this hexagonal platform again, and it starts to lower, and you can see this top slab that was on the tomb starts to move back.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
It almost like floats a little bit, and then
Oh. Freaky.
and you're now in this just pitch black vertical tunnel as you can feel yourself descending ever so slowly. Obviously, you will have dark vision, so you can sort of see, but there's nothing here. You're just surrounded by stone. After a couple of minutes of just slow descension.
Is it not bad?
Eventually, this platform reaches its base, and you are in another pitch black room, which is almost an identical copy to the one you were just in, except obviously this hexagonal tomb is where you were in. At the end of what would be the northern room, there is another black sort of flat slab, which is up in these few steps, but it is empty. There's nothing on top of it. To the left, sort of westernish room, you can see there's a little bit of like a almost cozy living area where there's like a fireplace and there's a leather chair. You can see there's a small open box of cigars, and there's one left in, but you can see where others have been taken from. But other than that, this tomb is entirely empty.
Do we think the cigars are the Crimson King, or do we think that this is Daddy Vampire's?
Why else would you have a smoking chair in a tomb? I know we live in quite a macabre society, but this takes the biscuit.
I am so bored. Everything about my existence.
Let's have a look at this slab, shall we? See what's on the slab.
Knock, knock.
That
was a great noise. Please tell me there's a toad in there.
You give a little sort of knock on top of this slab.
Housekeeping.
I mean, this is a thick slab, and thick with 3 or 4 C's on this one. But it's entirely black marble, and is polished to perfection. It is not hollow. You would imagine this is the kind of place where a body would be laid on top of.
Okay.
But there is no body. You can all make me investigation checks.
Bollocks.
Also bollocks.
Oh dear.
Oh, let's roll
all
the
on me.
marker.
Kitty coming in clutch.
50. No, not 15. 17.
17? Sounds like it could be clutch.
7.
7.
16 for Marcus, 7 for Marinette.
Okay. So I think Kitty and Marcus, you probably find there's a few footmarks, some foot traffic.
Beep, beep.
You look behind where this thick slab is, you can see there were some like glass cabinets. And there's like a couple of sort of small cupboards. The doors are just kind of open. One of the glass cabinets is smashed, and you can see where something might have been hung up in one of these sort of glass cabinets. But this storage unit is entirely empty. You get the sense that there was certainly a rush of something here.
So this is where the cult.
Multiple people's feet.
Yeah.
So, a couple of things. Is Ethan with us?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's been on the sidelines just taking notes.
Would you like a cigar? Apparently you're allowed to smoke in this room.
I just need cigarettes.
It's all yours, Ethan.
But honestly, not even that's going to
Smoke
tempt me.
the cigar.
1 minute you don't want me to smoke, and now you want me to smoke.
Well, you're in a smoking hurry. I know you need your nicotine.
Don't treat me like a child, Fear.
Stop acting like one.
I'm not acting like one, I just want my fucking cigarettes.
Boys, enough of this.
You can pick an argument with anybody.
Stop riling him up. Stop being a childish, impudent young boy.
Yeah.
Fear, what did I just say? And it's quite enough from both of you. If you can't behave yourselves, you shall both sit at the top, and you shan't have any of the investigations down here. Do I make myself clear?
You realise I'm not here to be babysitted, right?
She was mainly talking to you.
I was talking to both of you. You've not been much help, Ethan.
As this conversation's going on, I think Kitty goes over to the cigar and just lights it and just watches the conversation.
Kitty!
So you're just having a little puff on this
Oh,
cigar.
yeah.
Okay, you can make me a Constitution saving throw.
You know that NPC shield we've got?
Meat shield Ethan Ward.
Constitution was it?
Yes, please.
Oh,
Saving throw.
Kitty.
Yeah, okay, well, it's a good job I got proficiency.
Proficiency. Not that it matters.
New.
13?
13.
Yes.
It's a Vorpal cigar.
Have you smoked before? Whether it be
Menthols,
cigarettes,
right?
cigars, pipes,
little menthol.
bongs.
I would say
Bongs.
Yeah,
bang.
Kitty just blazing it.
It's like
This is Founder's tobacco.
What edition of the Kanrath today is it? 420.
Nice.
I'm envisioning, I don't know, in Drag Race there was a whole moment with, I can't remember the queen's name, where she was asked if she did weed and she was just like... She's kind of doing that, but yeah, I would say when she started at Kanrath today,
Okay.
there was a lot of smoking going around, you know,
Yeah.
she felt like she wanted to fit in.
Okay.
Does she do the thing where you like don't actually properly inhale it because you just want to like look cool?
Yeah. But she had one of those really cool, like,
Corella de Vil.
smoking's
Yeah.
not cool, guys, but she had one of those really cool, what are they called? Just cigarette holders.
Yeah.
Because it was like very stylish, you know. But yeah, she didn't really like,
Partake.
yeah.
You sort of have a go on this cigar and
Have a go.
Do you do drugs very often, Jack?
never. But I think you accidentally inhale some.
Oh, gee.
Whether that's just due to
Careful, you're
lack of
allowed.
practice.
Yes, inexperience.
Inexperience.
Yes, quite.
But it's actually very pleasant. Incredibly pleasant. It's... You know, I could smoke more of these.
Oh my god, are you going to get an addiction?
It's unlocked something within me.
Something has changed within me.
But you definitely feel like you just want to have more of it.
Oh my god.
Does this feel like, is it just the nature of the nicotine? Or is it like magic? Could I perhaps do like a cheeky
What are you going for? Sort of whether it's magic or not? So what sort of area are you looking at? If you're looking magic-wise, Arcana check. Anything else? I'd say investigation check.
I don't know if it would be magic. That seems weird. I might just do an investigation check.
Sure.
I think. Yeah. Oh my goodness me! 10.
Succulent cigar.
I'd say, yeah, just about. You've seen cigarettes, you've seen cigars, you know they're made of tobacco, but the inside of the cigar slightly red.
Ooh. I'm going to kind of present it to everyone else. Everyone, this is hitting a little bit different than just. I don't know if it's just because it's a cigar.
Is it
Would you like to have a little
Is it
look?
hitting pretty good?
It's hitting fantastically,
Oh,
my
that's the
friend.
angst crystals.
Oh,
Angst crystals. That's unfortunately why I'm addicted to my cigarettes.
Oh, Ethan.
They're laced.
Kitty, drop it.
If she's had some of that, she's too far gone.
Oh no, am I a drug addict?
I won't go that far yet, but
No. Oh,
What if somebody less middle class than me starts this and can't keep up with the addiction?
Not the drugs, you say? Father, I have the addictions.
All I can think about is brass eye. Yeah. I take heroin recreationally.
Oh no. Okay.
So you're a problem.
well, it's still early days. She might be able to kick it off a little bit, but I'd be concerned.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't want to end up like
Take
me.
that away.
Thank you, Marionette.
Stuff that out.
Marcus, you should try some.
Is the fire lit?
No.
Cool.
But you say that, and you look in the fireplace. No ash.
Ooh. Can I have a closer look at the fireplace then?
You can. We can investigation check.
I shall investigation check. Just you try and fucking stop me.
Oh,
So I
I'm not
apologise. I
going to.
don't know why that came up so
it's all good.
Ooh, it's pretty good. 21.
21. Yeah, there is not a single speck of ash. There is not a single splinter of wood. You would imagine even this far down, getting like a chimney in here would be quite some feat.
That doesn't. Yeah.
This magical fire wouldn't leave a trace, maybe.
You would think if a fire was lit here, it would be magical. It would at least produce heat without smoke. Maybe that's why this is here.
Are there any more levers on it? Is it like a trick fireplace?
Yeah, it's like a little,
Like Indiana Jones?
a different
No.
coloured brick.
No, there is no more.
Candlestick that's outlined heavily. I think Marcus, because obviously his skill set, he's going to test for secret doors by walking into each wall.
Okay. Nope. Nope.
Straight up the Tomb Raider. Does a backflip, runs into it again.
Oh, my titties hit too hard.
You slowly go around the room.
No, Marcus.
Marcus.
Okay. So Marcus slowly goes around the room, bumping into the walls.
Is he okay?
And he's about
This is what happens when you ingest angst crystal, Kitty.
Oh, is he an addict as well?
Mm,
we
yes.
start a group.
We're not trying to stop it. We just like taking it together.
AC Anonymous.
He's about halfway around the room when you all start to feel like a headache's coming on.
Here we go again.
Your vision starts to blur, but it does not go dark. You can feel you're in this sort of like weird, wavy state. Very much like that. You feel the room feels like it's moving, and you're kind of stumbling around a little bit until a voice appears in your heads. Wake up, and walk your path. And it's maybe after about a minute or so that this vision starts to clear up again, and you kind of find your feet, you kind of blink your eyes open and try and just gain your standing. You all kind of look at each other, so making sure that everyone else experienced it. Ethan's just kind of there going, what the hell's happening?
Is he experiencing it as well, though?
No. And you can see in about a minute or 2 minutes after you sort of recover that as you're sort of looking at each other from like within this tomb, in the center, near where the slab is, something starts to materialize within thin air, and it starts to become this crimson red mist, and it starts to just kind of ebb and flow around this slab, and then it starts to move, and it leaves like a trail, and it moves towards one corner of this tomb where Marcus has not yet been.
It's like in Fable. In the little wine.
And there is a door in this wall which you had not seen before, and it is somewhat hidden. It very much has the same texture as the stone wall of the tomb, but there's a slight, one of these stone blocks is slightly out from the rest. You push it in, and the door, and it moves inwards, and behind it is this rough hewn tunnel that seems to just go on for you don't know how long. Your dark vision just kind of ends at the point where you can see.
What's the odds this is in the direction of the castle?
But you can see this mist
Well, I
starts to
suppose
move down this
we
tunnel.
should probably follow.
Seems like that's a me job.
They had to pay someone to make this. They had to drop architectural plans to make this. This is so excessive.
You know what? You've got a point, Marcus. Get in there.
Well, it very much seems like that's where we have to go. So, I will go first. If you're
Do
too
the
scared
voice.
to
You've got
fear.
to do the voice.
That is the voice.
Not the voice. Oh.
Only you can do that voice. I'm not doing it. Just not the same. Marcus steps in this tunnel first, and he starts to just walk forward.
Give him 60 feet.
Are you
Don't forget to
coming?
look for traps.
Are you coming or not?
Yes.
This mist seems to keep on going.
Oh, let's just come on. Let's stop teasing him. Off we go.
All right. We will follow.
You all follow, and you travel down this rough corridor for what seems like at first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and it's kind of moving in certain directions, left and right, and starts to go up a little bit, but it's generally moving in an upwards direction. And it's about half an hour, 45 minutes, hour, until eventually you find at the end of this corridor is a ladder. That's where this corridor ends, and it goes straight up. You can see it goes up maybe like 20, 30, 25, 20, 30, 30 foot. And you can see there is one large sort of stone slab at the very top of it.
Looks like your job.
It does. Where do you want to place bets on? I'm going to say Kanrath on the, Fang on the castle.
I quite agree. I don't think this is much
fountain in the square.
The fountain. I think it's in the castle. I agree.
Well, I'll check for traps.
You climb this ladder? Are you
What's the best
testing
thing
traps on the
about
ladder
painting?
or the slab?
The slab.
This one?
The ladder's too unassuming for fear. That is it's only a 13.
13. You don't get the sense of anything mechanical being here?
Awesome.
Hey, that's rude.
Other than the lovely marionette.
I could stick that. Just saying. But it appears to be all clear. Does it look like there is a mechanism for opening it? Is it just like a...
There's no mechanism as such. You get the sense maybe you can try and push it and move it to one side.
Yeah, here goes.
You can give me an athletics check as you try and push this.
Marcus, I might need some help. I'm not the strongest. That's a unnatural one. His arms break.
Yeah.
Marcus, want to go to help?
But the slab does not move.
I'll step out the way and like the red cape just to the ground. And then, I'm not strong enough to lift that.
No, start up the welfare. I shall have a go. I don't have a go, it's a 7.
Marcus gets to the top of his ladder.
Mummy Marionette!
I'm coming!
It appears I'm not strong enough either.
Marionette will now climb up and have a go.
Yeah.
We're better than this.
13.
You just about get... Maybe some pressure has been relieved, maybe, but you get the feeling that you just about lifted up enough, and then you try and, with a little grip that you have on this quite smooth stone slab, to try and move it over to the side. And you do so. And immediately you're greeted by this moonlight that's just shining down on you through this. And you can see the open air above you. And you can climb out.
Yeah, I'll pop out.
You climb out. Are you all climbing out, or is it just you?
Well, I'll go first because I'm there, and help everyone else up.
Sure. You exit into what seems to be almost like a graveyard.
Ooh.
You're still within Kanrath, and you kind of have a little sort of look around, and you're not near the royal castle.
Ooh.
I hear you were Fang.
If anything, you're a little bit further away.
Ooh.
Are we near the walls?
Ish, but you're not like directly close to the wall. You're certainly within the inside of the walls, for sure.
Well, I mean, would we know where we are in the city?
If you all get out, which I presume you do, you can make me a survival check.
Ooh.
19.
Oh, I'm actually good at survival.
9.
Or can I make it history?
Survival.
17 survival for Marionette, and no for Marcus.
Just a no.
No.
And we come out of like a gravestone, or like a little like.
Essentially, yes. The gravestone. There is no like typical tombstone or gravestone. It's
The podcast is since we all just threw muffins in
where
there.
did that other muff go?
Where's the muff?
Jack, muff hunter.
I've actually lost that second muffin.
I think it's gone under and behind.
Where is it?
Sniff out the muff, Jack. Come
Oh,
on.
fuck the muff. Right. Okay.
It's not a sentence you usher that often, is it?
No, I didn't think about it.
I think that's the rudest thing he's ever said.
That's not true.
What is?
I don't really know.
Repeat it now.
Yes, let's do it on stream, shall we? So, there is no named gravestone, but on the back end of this hole that you've come out of,
Fuck you.
there is a statue of an angelic being holding this sword directly to the ground, just kind of in a very sort of studious pose.
Oh dear.
The wings have been broken somewhat.
Very you.
Not my input. It's in the books, I promise.
Careful now.
Whether it's from wear and tear of just age, or whether someone's purposely broken these wings, you don't know. But there is no names, there's no inscription on this statue. But it doesn't stand out from the rest of the graves that are within this graveyard. There are some other ones that look almost angelic. Some of them have their wings still on them. Other ones are very much more plain and do have an inscription of their name and when they died. But you get the sense that it very much blends in with the rest.
I'm assuming.
So it looks like this was definitely a colour.
Clearly.
So Kitty, you rolled a 9, I believe, on survival.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think you know the general whereabouts of where you are. You don't know the specifics.
I don't know where the fuck I am.
Where the fuck are
It's
we?
not an alley. It's not Kanrath today.
You know that you're in the northwestern part of Kanrath.
Fab.
You have a map there?
No, maybe. Maybe. I'll find it. Incoming map. Shall I get the right one?
Oh, go and get your map out.
Get your map.
Whack your map out for the lads.
So, do you think, Kitty, that you were somewhere in this section? I believe you got 17, 19 over here. Marcus will forget about because that was quite low.
He just walked into a tree.
Ooh.
He's on AI autopilot.
He's talking to a tree like, if I told you about the crypt of the Grand Cyherested. It's a very secret society.
So,
Roots, eh? My organisation is on the ground.
you're actually not too far away from where you started in this sort of crypt.
It's a fucking loop.
You know that you were like pretty much directly next to the lake in Kanrath when you first entered this tomb.
Mm-hmm.
You are now on the other side of that lake, further west. So you were around here,
Yeah.
and now you're more like over here. So you're still near the lake-ish. You can't see the lake from where you are because there's lots of buildings in the way and such. But you're just further west in this very, well, unassuming graveyard, which people come to visit sometimes. And but this blood mist starts to move again, and it moves further west. And you can see it start to weave through alleyways and such like that.
Well, onwards. Keep up, Ethan.
Well, what are we actually following here? I mean, how did you find this corridor?
Oh, did you not see it, Ethan? Probably all those angst crystals you've been smoking.
Are you taking the piss?
No.
No, right.
No, we actually do see a trail of blood that is leading us away from the crypt. It is quite magical and something that clearly means that we are special and you are not.
It's a resurrected thing. Don't worry about it.
Right.
You can't be, not everybody can reach for the stars, Ethan. Some of us need to stay grounded.
Well,
you're not special.
I think you've hurt his feelings.
I don't care.
I've got a lot of notes to compile and work on, but I need to go let the Grand Advisor know that the body of the founder is not within the tomb. This is...
You could have told her that from the onset.
Well, it has been confirmed now.
Okay.
And he pulls out some sort of device that he's had in him on a pouch, and it's got this sort of like needle that comes from the center of it. And you can see he just plunges it into his palm, and you can see it start to sort of, the cogs on the other side start to whir around, and you can see some of the blood being drawn into it. And he takes it out, and this magical kind of, almost looks like a magical gramophone kind of comes out, and he starts speaking into it. Grand Advisor, are you there?
Ring, 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 ring.
Operator.
You can't hear any voices out of it, anything that replies, and you can see him kind of like nodding his head and go, right, okay, right. Well, they seem to be following some sort of trail, so... Right, I'll let them know. Cool, all right, yeah. I've got to stop by the office on the way over, all right? All right. I'll be there in half an hour.
That's how it is.
You can see he wave his hand across it, and it sort of stops this magical sort of symbol in midair. And he puts it away. Well, as you probably gathered, I need to go. So I need to go compile my notes at the office, and then I need to head over to the castle.
What did she
Pronto.
say? What was the conversation?
Well, I told her exactly what we just experienced. There's no body in the tomb, and you guys needed the body for the cure. She has told me that she's essentially given you permission to go follow this trail wherever it leads.
Oh, wherever it leads.
Wherever it leads. And at the end of the day, you could not have your cure if you don't have the body.
There is just the biggest shit-eating grin on Fear's face.
And where is this trail leading to now?
We don't know.
I think everyone's like Three Musketeers.
And you all sort of point like west, which is where you can still see this. Now that you're not like walking up with the trail, it's kind of like stopped, waiting for you to kind of follow it. Pretty much like you see in Fable or games like that.
I love this. I fucking love the Fable trail so much.
The detective sort of looks in that direction and he goes, looks like it's probably going in the direction of the train station.
Choo-choo.
Which it may lead out of town. I will let her know, but she said, follow it.
Do you think it has to buy a ticket?
I guess we'll soon see, won't we?
Everyone has to buy a ticket for the train. Everyone.
Oh,
Well, hang
serious?
on. Now, that's not part of the deal we have with the Crown. We've got these, and he flashes the badge, and I am too important and bored.
all right, Fear. Ethan, thank you for your...
Whatever it is you do.
Speaking of those sigils, if you're going to leave town, burn them.
Oh, okay.
Can we not just hide them?
I have many holes you can hide them in. Think about my phrase in there.
So, I know of these sigils, and if your trail, wherever it's going, leads to Cyherested, by any means, you do not want those on you.
Well, I'm sure that me and Mark, as being vampires, will, I'm sure, see plenty of sideways glances and...
Vampires do to and fro from Cyherested. That is a thing. We do business with Cyherested, but we're not always on the best of terms. And if you're seen as being, well, working for the Grand Advisor by any capacity, they will not take fondly for you. They will see you as spies, and they will probably hunt you down. If you want to be investigating there, you need to not have those on you.
Thank you for that, Ethan. That is actually very helpful.
Anyway, he looks at his watch, and I gotta go.
All right, take care. Be safe.
Bye-bye. And he sort of goes in the opposite direction, Where you can see there's another opening to this graveyard, and he just walks along it.
That boy's going to get eaten.
What's the name of the butler fellow in the castle?
Oh, Bitchface.
Yes, he's just as bad.
Yes, he is. His name's not Bitchface, but that's what it is in my head now.
This isn't very appealing, but...
Prick.
That prick, yes. And, like, Fear will lift up one of the leather straps that make up his clothing, and he will take the Ouroboros and just shove it into one of those wounds.
Yeah.
I mean, I have plenty of space inside if people do want to keep them hidden. Not many people peruse my flesh pockets.
Why do you have flesh pockets, Fear?
Just wounds.
Wounds should heal.
Mine sort of don't. It doesn't affect who I am. I'm just scarred.
Sure.
It has no bearing on me mentally or.
No, you're fine.
But they are those those horrid marks from the first encounter. All of those scars, also, and they probably do heal, but it's so slow. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, well, let's follow this red mist.
You guys are all level 5 now, right?
Yeah.
Good. Cool. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Because technically that's where you should have been level 5, but...
Oh, okay. I need to level up.
Level up.
Wow.
Oh, dear.
Marcus is still level 4.
Shoddy
That
work.
will
It'll take me seconds.
go with that.
So, yeah, you begin to follow this mist once more. And it starts to... Well, I mean, what kind of pace are you following?
Fairly swift.
Yeah.
Like jogging, running, or are you just
a swift.
walking?
A swift
Power
walk.
walk.
Yeah, a power walk. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't got time to
purpose.
jog or
In between a jog and a walk. Okay.
just a stride. Yeah.
Okay. Just so I know.
But for Kitty, it's just kind of like normal walking. So I guess she is actually running. If you
Do
guys
Kitty-
are like,
Slow sprint.
yeah.
Kitty, would you like to sit atop my shoulders?
Yeah.
Go on then. Climb forward.
You have more
I have
real estate now.
I do have more real estate. I have a broader capacity.
Okay, fine. Yeah, you start to follow this mist, and it winds through alleyways. It's sort of going as the crow would fly, but it's trying to make deviations where it knows that you would have to try and walk through.
Sure.
But it's definitely not following like the main thoroughfares or anything. Sorry, change the music coming out. But you're following it for probably 10, 15 minutes or so, and as you're sort of walking or jogging slightly through these main thoroughfares and alleyways, you can hear the public is getting a lot more loud as you get closer and closer to where the train station would be. Whether it's just more people or whether there's because more engines, or you're not really sure, but there's certainly just more stuff in the air, more audio. Until eventually you kind of hear that it's not a calm noise. You can hear there are some screams. You can hear someone just crying and sobbing, and then you start to hear the roaring of fire.
Ooh.
As a fairly noble-ish house. It's a very well-to-do house. It's not poor by any means, but it's very well kept. It's like almost a manor home, but not. It is ablaze.
Ooh.
It's just roaring with fire, and you can see there's maybe 3 or 4 sort of young adults, maybe in their 20s, maybe 30s, that are distraught at what's happening. Do you do anything?
Get in there, Marcus.
You can see that like the mist is kind of still following on. It's not going towards this house that's kind of on fire.
Doesn't
but
seem
you
like
can-
our problem.
You can see like there's a young woman that's kind of like, and they kind of see you just sort of walking sort of past and see that you're quite capable, and they kind of running up to you and they grab hold of you, Marionette. Please, my children are in there.
Oh shit, okay. And Marionette just goes.
I'm still on your shoulders as well.
Yeah.
Whoa!
How old?
They're about 12, 13.
I
Mark's been, don't ever touch her again.
I don't have extreme experience with preteens, but I'll do my best.
That'll be so grateful, please.
What are their names?
I don't know.
Hey, Tricky Pete.
Jeremiah.
You're a good mother. Not only is your house on fire and your kids are dying, you don't know their names.
This isn't my house.
Then why do you care?
Because they're my children.
Why are they in
They
there?
work here.
Oh!
They work for the nobles. They got caught in this fire.
Oh, that seems like a them problem.
This being a noble-ish family, would I know of the family, or is this too far
It's
afield?
too far out of the noble circle.
Okay.
They're not like fully fledged nobles,
Oh,
but they
sure.
are
New money.
maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
cool.
Where in the house would they be?
I don't know. They could be anywhere.
Children like to find
I don't work
corners.
here as well. Please, they're burning alive. Please
Find
Oh my god.
look for Jeremiah and Isla.
Jeremiah and Isla. Oh, okay.
It's people like you that's the problem. And he will just start sliding, climbing up the building to the window.
That's so funny.
It's obvious we're not getting away with this.
No.
Oh dear.
Blood Mist, you stay there.
Okay.
Okay.
God's sake.
So, how are you approaching trying to look for these children?
I don't know.
I was straight.
I'm riding.
You take the bottom, Marcus, and I will go for the top window.
Okay.
All right.
I think I'm going to probably try, if they work there, Marinette's probably going to try and aim for, like, back doors, kitchens, like, where she knows the servant areas
sure.
would usually be.
And you think you're just going to go in there and just sort of trash anything that's in the way to get to them, or are you trying to just weave through where fire is?
I mean, probably weave through the fire. I have got Kitty on my shoulders.
In that case, please make an acrobatics check.
Do I need to do anything? Not to.
No.
Okay.
But I will say, Marinette, disadvantage because you are holding
I am holding a
Kitty
kitty.
on your shoulders.
And can I say I'm just gripping
Okay.
on for dear life?
You are, for sure. But Marinette is kind of like got this extra top weight.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's a 13.
13. It's not too bad, that's fine.
It's not too bad. It would have been more, but it's 13.
I'm so sorry. You offered.
Okay, and you guys up top, Marcus and Fia, are you just anything that's in the way, just move it to one side?
Yeah, unless they're a child, he doesn't give a shit. He's just like, right, let's get this done with. We've got stuff to do.
Athletics check for both Marcus and Fia.
Athletics, I actually did all right on. 13 athletics for me. Marcus is going to straight up roll a... He's not proficient in it, so he only gets a +3, I think, or +4.
Athletics, +3.
15. So,
So 15 for Marcus, was it?
yeah, 13 for me.
Okay.
If he's with you, do you want to take his sheet for a bit? Good luck.
Thanks. In all fairness, I know how to read Alex's stuff, so...
I will let you Kitty if you want.
I was going to say, can I, like, look around?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Have a
As
bit
you're
of a
sort of, yeah.
nose around
You
the burning
can give me
building.
a perception check.
Lexi was contagious. I'm not apologising for that.
Nice.
No.
It's with love. It's with the utmost love.
I think there's one set group of people I want to discriminate against is people with dyslexia.
Didn't know you could read.
So, okay, let's start with the top floor.
Yep.
You and Marcus make through like each window on each side. You go through the left, Marcus goes through the right, and you can hear just wood just kind of being thrown apart as in the other room Marcus is just moving cupboards away, and everything is almost everything is ablaze in here. And you try and make your way through. You struggle to find any children. You do find a pretty burnt corpse of. It's a small corpse in one of the bedrooms as they're sort of kind of crumpled in a corner, not knowing what to do in that moment. You can see they were just scared shitless and they've just been burned alive in this room. That's all you find. And you will take 2d6 fire damage.
Okay. He will, if he can, move that corpse to the window.
Sure.
I'm not going to drop it out the window yet. Nobody wants to see that. It's going to splat on the pavement. But ready for if I need to make an escape.
Sure. You pull out this sort of pretty burnt out corpse towards the window you entered through. And as you sort of go past the corridor, you can hear Marcus go, "I think I found one!" And you can see him running out another room with a child on their, like, over their shoulder.
Get them out, go!
I'm on my way.
Are they awake?
They don't look burned or anything. They look like they might have come away from this, luckily.
Male or female?
I think in this flurry of motion, you cannot tell.
Tricky bit.
But he's like rushing from a room past the corridor into another room where the window was, and he starts to try and get this child out. He does not take 2d6 fire damage.
How much damage? Do you want me to roll it? Do you want to roll it up?
2d6 for you. You can roll it, and that's how much
a
taken.
cocker.
That is a big cocker.
That's still a cocker.
Oh.
How much was that?
9.
9. Damage. On the ground floor.
Yes.
Kitty, you really struggle to see anything that might help your sort of search for any young children or anything in here. You struggle to see past just this roaring flame that is just across doorways, blocking entranceways. You have just no direction. You don't know this place. No. So maybe that's partially why you're not really sure where to look for. Marionette, you're trying to weave through these fire and flames, and you find 2 burnt corpses.
Oh no.
And they are by the kitchen, and you can see one of them is in the pantry. They've tried to lock themselves in, hoping that the fire wouldn't get to them, and the fire inevitably did. But you can see one of them's about, maybe if they were 12, they'd be at that height. Yeah. The other one looks younger.
Okay.
But that's all you find.
And they are full gone.
Yeah. You can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the fire perhaps started in the kitchen. You don't know. But unfortunately, you're too late finding these.
Yeah. I think Kitty on Marionette's shoulders would it's weird feeling a robot tense, but you can feel a robot tense.
That fucking video.
Yeah, that was fucking funny, wasn't it?
But yeah, we'll dash away, flee the scene.
There isn't anything the fire is just regular fire, is it?
It's not
suspicious.
It seems like real actual fire.
Yeah.
You can see the smoke.
Doesn't seem like a fire.
It is a fire. You can see the black smoke is roiling across the ceilings. It's very smoky in here as well. But you spend maybe almost 5 minutes in this house, and you get to a point where you cannot be in here any longer, otherwise you're going to start burning yourself. But you both take 2d6 fire damage. Okay. So you can roll that up for yourselves.
Oh no.
Can I take a moment to do what Fear does, which is where he will go into almost a meditative state for 6 seconds, and he will just try and use his hunting sensors to pick up on any whimpering, any screams, any laboured breathing.
Okay. You can make a perception check. I'm going to say with disadvantage purely because of all the noise of the flame is just overruling many of your senses.
It's only a 16.
Okay. Yeah, I think you still just can't tell. You can't hear screaming, but you can hear screaming. But whether that's from the outside, whether the parents perhaps are still screaming and crying, but you can't give it a sense to if there's anyone else in here.
So, is there anywhere that I can see that Marcus? Obviously, he's come from one room, come past the room that I've come out of, and gone out another window. Yeah. Is there anywhere else that he's not been in his brief?
No, I mean, this house is, it's big for a normal dwelling, but it's not multifaceted like the manor home that you've been to from Marionette or anything. So there's maybe 3-4 rooms up on this upper floor, and you've been in those. You both entered through 2. in each window, and then you went into another room separately. So you've given the layout and size of the top floor, even that's all the rooms up here. And yeah, you found one corpse. You hope that Marcus has found someone that's alive, but you don't know what's going on downstairs.
Yeah, I guess. Does it look like I can jump down the
where
stairs?
it's like starting to be intoxicating and you're burning a little bit.
Can I get downstairs to these guys?
No.
Or is it to the point where now I need to leave?
I think so. You can see you go to try and go down the stairs, but you can see it starts to starting to crumble away.
Well, I tried. And then we'll leave.
Yeah. And you leave outside the windows that you came through. And just as you leave the windows, you almost like an explosion kind of happens. Some fire just expels from the window that you leave from. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
And you all leave the dwelling at a sort of similar sort of time. And
1 out of 12 isn't bad.
and you can see Marcus was out kind of before you. And he's just letting this sort of child down, and they look about 13 years old. A girl. They got this sort of blonde sort of ponytail on them, and they're just kind of almost shivering, and they're just
It's not cold.
It's shock fear. You wouldn't know anything about it.
And you can see the parent of this kid, which is the one who came up to you. Isla, oh, thank God you're alive. Thank you.
Don't thank God, thank him.
I'm thanking you.
Not me, it's Marcus.
Semantics. Jeremiah?
I'm so sorry.
Did you bring the corpses out with you? Or did you leave them?
I think Marionette would have left them. With the state they were in, she wouldn't want to bring that out.
I didn't say it. So
Fair
I know
enough.
I put it by the window, but I didn't say it.
One child has been saved from this house, as they thank you very, very dearly, and they give you 20 Kanrath fangs or so. That's all they can kind of afford. You can see they're not nobles in their own right. Not saying thanks.
Job well done.
You can see this
We got
whole
40 for 2.
this entire dwelling is on fire now. There's no way of getting back in, and you can see the roof starting to collapse and in on itself.
It's not feeling, isn't it?
But yeah, you're left there. You've done a good deed.
Can I ask, do you know how the fire started?
It all happened very suddenly. I mean, like I said, I don't work here, but I live not too far away, which is how dear Isla here got a job here, and then it does pay the bills somewhat. But it, like I said, it happened really suddenly. I don't know where it started. I don't know where the source was or anything. I just heard sort of screaming as I was in my house, and I came out and I noticed that it was the house that my dear Isla was in.
And whose house is it?
Guys, Mr. Unassuming man.
Is he dying?
He's very ill.
Master Laurel.
Marinette's going to kind of take a knee so she's not so tall, and pull out from one of her compartments a little blanket that I assume comes with the healer's kit, and wraps it around the girl. And could you be very brave and
Go back in.
just go back in? Could you tell us anything about what you know happened before the fire?
You can give me a persuasion check. As you can see that she is incredibly shaken. She's got sunburn marks, but she's fine. But
25.
fair enough.
I'm the nanny, bitch.
Love the GMing style. Fair enough.
Yeah, fair.
It's a fair trade.
25. Fair, just a GM geezer. Geese master.
So, what was the question again? Sorry.
I was basically asking if she knew what happened before the fire.
What is what?
I think wherever it started, it was downstairs. I heard shouting from downstairs. I thought maybe one of the servants was just done something wrong and the master was not happy. But it was quite normal in the household, but I was just folding some clothes away, and all of a sudden the shouts started to come to, well, screams, and doors started being sort of smashed open and banged, and I didn't really know what to do. And then all of a sudden I tried to go look what was going on, and the stairs were on fire. I couldn't really escape. I didn't know what to do, so I just went back to the room that I was in, and I just stayed there. I didn't know what to do.
It's okay, and just so we know who to blame, where did your brother work?
I believe Jeremiah worked in the kitchens, I believe.
Was there another child working in the kitchens?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I think they were younger than him, but...
That checks out.
This is pretty grim.
This is really dark.
really grim.
It's very dark.
I think maybe a trigger warning goes on this one.
Yeah, I think so. That's... Ida, you've been very extraordinarily brave, and well done.
Thanks.
Your master should be ashamed of himself.
I don't know where he is.
Oh, let's hope he's dead.
Yes, one can hope.
Yes.
I think
She
Kitty's
says
been
nothing to that. She's like, okay.
I've been on your shoulder this entire time as you've been like...
She is
and then
red
Kitty just like...
Yeah, burning hot copper.
My loins burn. My loins are literally burning.
And then Kitty just pats her on the head, just like from the shoulder.
We are probably the worst people to have saved you. I'm not going to lie.
Well, at least you saved me.
Do you know where they would have kept any valuables?
Yeah.
They don't need them.
I think that there's no valuables left. As you can see, a large part of their roof just...
I think I'm going to get off your shoulders, by the way.
Okay,
I'm starting to burn a little bit.
Well, thank you for saving me. Even if my brother is now, I presume, gone.
I'm afraid so.
That is quite all right.
Is that Marcus?
If you ever are looking for a safe haven, there is a place, a temple crypt, down in the South Market. I don't remember where it is. Marcus
It's
does.
down some stairs. You'll
It's down some
find
stairs. You knock on the door and you say,
So Marcus sent you.
but don't tell them that you know. You are looking for Locum, leader of the cult. He will offer you sanctuary, as he did me.
Marinette's going to give them 5 Kanrathian fangs.
Okay.
Just
Out of the
lost her
20
job.
they gave you.
Well, I'm not going
I don't
to...
think that's the least of our worries.
Because, I'm not going to take from everyone else's pot. Is it 20 Kanrathian fangs for the whole lot of us, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Yeah. So Marinette will just give her share back.
Bear's not interested.
And fangs and fears.
Hey, Fangs, what's up?
Because knowing that, a job is a job. They've lost a lot, and
Yes.
I feel like Kitty gives hers as well, because it's almost like she's like, well,
What's
feels a
it?
bit ashamed that everyone else is doing it. It's like, okay.
Marcus is like, oh, I'm terribly sorry. I need to keep mine.
I'm in severe debt.
To the cult leader. Locum.
It's actually an MLM. If I don't shift these 20 cards of blood-based makeup products by next week, I'm toast.
Do you need your e-meter reading? E-reading? Well, I don't know what it is. But,
Oh my god. They thank you for giving some of the money back.
15 pounds.
15 now.
15 pounds.
I'll make sure Marcus gets his 5.
I've only got a 10.
Oh, it doesn't matter at this point.
No,
I think at this point we will go for break. So we will be back in about 10 minutes or so. Get a wonderful cup of tea and join us for the next half in about 10 minutes or so. So catch you in a little bit. Hello, we're back. As fear arises from the grave. Welcome back from our little break. You've managed to save one child from the burning house.
One single child.
In all fairness,
It's grim, isn't it? It's
that's
quite
a
grim.
pretty grim thing to put in a module. So I'm going to point out, Jack did not write that. That is in the module book. So
That's very true.
yeah, I mean, I get that. Like some people, it's like, quite hyper real stuff is what they want from a TTRPG, and I know that we like tempos, but
this world is meant to be.
It is like a
grim,
horror,
it's
yeah.
dark,
Yeah.
We've been playing this campaign so far as a funny joke in chaos, and it's
Don't know what
great.
you
I love
mean,
it.
Jack.
Did I watch him?
I don't think we've laughed once during this campaign.
I've been
no,
super
not at
serious
all.
about it all the time.
Yeah, I don't think
Definitely haven't spit taped.
I did that. I did do that.
Yeah.
He's lost all his electrolytes.
That was the best line. Oh, he's lost all his electrolytes. I don't think I've laughed as much during this campaign that I have in anything else playing a TTRPG.
Oh dear.
But that was a pretty grim moment.
Yeah, that was-
like that's in the book, and like
Yep.
we could have just walked away,
Yeah,
guys.
he's like, nah.
Yeah, that was.
Indeed.
So I guess that I will put a trigger warning up on this one for that one. But I mean, realistically, that's in the module book. So wow, fair enough.
What do we think's going on?
Well, there's a
Fire.
fire, mate.
I think I have a theory. I think a
Please,
sorcerer
pray
did
tell.
it.
Someone arsing about.
Oh.
Children died.
And what can we do but laugh?
But I think it was a sorcerer.
A sorcerer. Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Bit of
someone left
fireballs.
the gas on.
The gas?
Yeah, I think someone left the angst.
Angst gas.
Gas.
Yeah, and I think that's it.
It's
just-
close to the train station though, isn't it? So maybe it's another sabotage.
Yeah, that's for me. It feels like it's something. If it was written,
I don't think it's.
it feels that it
written.
is significant. Huh?
I don't know. I
Really?
got a feeling it could
Could
be
be a
one
red
of
herring.
Just
Yeah.
be like a what's it? Flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire
Like
flavor.
by this point, they should be heroes of Kanrath, and I'm like, have you even fucking met us?
But they cannot save these poor, innocent, unassuming children.
Oh, so it's just an opportunity for us to be like, look, we're
You're
good.
mortal.
Yeah, I think
Look at us morals.
I feel like it's more of an opportunity to be good.
Interesting.
Because obviously, like even then, it wasn't like the blood mist was like, quick guys, let's go in
Yeah.
here. It's like fucking
Fuck this. Yeah.
Gaze him on the clock.
I didn't like really. Like you said, you were gonna follow me, and you're doing that.
I've got one job, please.
Like you don't order a taxi and then go, oh,
Hang on.
do you mind if we just quickly pop into here? Like the taxi driver doesn't turn around and go, I've got some errands to do.
Do you mind?
Just hold on a minute? And you're like, oh, so
Well, it's a different world, mate. You never know.
yeah, really. I mean, Marcus was straight in there.
It was like a rat up a drain pipe.
Yeah. I love that saying so much. It's such a good saying.
Well, I think we should continue and maybe find out what's really going on.
Yeah, all right. Let's do it then.
What is-
All right, mate. Lay on us.
So, we shall repeat here. So you've managed to save Isla from the burning house. And
Dear God, here.
you have a small conversation with the parent and Isla herself, and you're now sort of standing amongst this kind of crowd that's kind of gathered around this burning house, which is now becoming just almost rubble. But you can still see, as you look to the side, this red mist that's kind of just waiting there for you to follow.
Onwards.
Yeah, good luck.
Can I see if anyone else who is like mingling around are they like notice the mist? Like, is anyone looking at it directly?
Oh, I see. Okay, you can make a perception check for me.
I think you gave that away then.
Can I do a little perception check to see if there's anyone who's just kind of watching this with the kind of view of complete ambivalence, like maybe they had a hand in it?
Sure. You can probably make me a perception check as well.
My third 8 tonight for a 9 again.
Oh, it's a smutty little 20.
Okay, so Kitty, first of all, there is a lot of people here.
Yeah.
It is busy, and there's a lot of people of different wealth,
Yeah.
different race. It's very hard to point out whether someone's looking directly at the mist. People are looking in that
They
direction,
could look through it.
but there's a lot of things going on in that direction,
Yeah.
so you really don't know.
That makes sense.
Not Kitty, Marionette.
Hello.
A detty 20, you say.
Filthy smutty. Oh,
Filthy,
so smutty.
Smutty. The smuttiest. of
Smut just
20s.
like legs akimbo 20.
That's a Kimbo 20. That's a Kimbo 20.
Spreading out.
Okay. You just about catch someone watching.
Ooh.
whether it's purely by luck, you just happen to look in the right direction at the right time. But so as you look at the burn house, and directly behind you, there's another row of houses. And there's a few looks at alleyways in there and such, and people are kind of filling up the gaps almost. But you can see, like, just past the back of this crowd into an alleyway, there is someone that's just around the corner of one of these houses, around the back of the houses, looking through the alleyway, past the crowd, towards where you are and where the burning house is. They're kind of like almost got like two hands over and then trying to have a
In the
just see what's
pose.
happening. Just roll up. Don't seem to notice you.
Okay. I will point it out to the rest of the group. Someone over there in that alley looking awfully suspicious.
Do you physically like?
No. I just sort of like turn my mechanical body a little bit in a direction subtly.
I mean, it's very loud here. No one's going to hear it. So you're good. You're fine.
Do we apprehend them? Do I shoot them down? What do you want me to do?
I think a conversation is worthwhile, don't you?
How far away are they?
They're at a fair distance. I think from
Let's
where.
put like a foot.
If
Yeah,
I
if you
put some
put
footage
footage
on
on
it, I'd say a couple 100 foot.
Couple of hundred.
It's quite a wide thoroughfare, this bit, and there's a lot of crowd here.
Is there a crowd
90.
in between us and this figure?
A barrier?
No, is there like a big crowd?
Yes.
So
I'd say maybe 8 people thick.
could I quite, because I'm guessing I might be like shorter than a lot of people in the crowd, right?
On a general basis, yes.
Can I want to try and just kind of weave my way through so that they can't see me.
Okay.
And I would also like to cast Mage Hand as a cantrip. And almost like if this person either spots you guys or me, as like, I don't know if this would work, as like a reaction, like yank the person's foot so they can.
How far can you cast Mage Hand from you?
Well, it's 30 foot, but I was thinking, can I get closer?
Okay, so you want to get closer first and then cast it?
Closer, sneakily closer.
So you want to sneak it. Stealth check for me then, please.
I think if you dart one way, Fear just goes into speed mode and like it's just like trying to stealth it, but like not like zipping through the crowd to try and essentially come out of the line of sight of this alleyway and essentially spider climb up over some roofs to basically be able to come down behind
Assassin's
them.
Creed style. Hell.
Exactly that, like the very essentially to cause a flank with Kitty.
Okay, all right. You can make me. Are you being stealthy about it, or are you?
Hell
just
yes, I am.
Stealthy.
I got a 3. Woo. So stealthy.
Okay.
28.
Oh,
I feel like I'm kind of
17
trying to
plus
be
11.
sneaky, but like almost my self-importance has got the better of me, trying to like shove people aside. It's like, excuse me.
Get out of the way, please.
I'm almost like kind of expecting my shortness to hide me, so I think it's kind of like I'm less inclined to.
So, yeah, I think you start trying to push people to the side, and you're kind of making this kind of like. It's like
Moses
V-shaped
parting the
gap.
Red Sea.
People are like, what the fuck is this person doing? And they're just getting out of the way because they're like, who the fuck is this? But they're not being, you're not slipping through. You're just like, get out of the way.
Do you know who I am?
I was brutally murdered 3 days ago.
I'm Kanrath today.
I'm a limo driver.
I think maybe that helps Fear be as stealthy as he is, as everyone sort of turns to look as this kind of like commotion happens where you're just trying to part people away, get through. And I think if the camera was kind of pointing at you, you can just kind of see in the background Fear just like leaps up to a window and leaps from that onto a roof.
It's not far off that.
And just starts to sort of run across the roof to try and get another sort of vantage point. I think you're about halfway through the crowd when you're trying to keep a bead on him to see where they're going. It's at that point you can see them go, shit, and they're sprinting for it now. As they sort of go in the direction of kind of the mist was to your right. They're going in the same sort of direction.
Okay.
But like sort of behind that row of houses, as it were.
How far away are they from the...
I think from the middle of the crowd, you maybe... I'm going to say you're probably still about 60 foot away.
That's fine.
How about myself?
You're on top of a roof. 80 feet.
I can do movement, action, bonus action. To move again, dash.
Okay.
And I want to basically like drop down that 10 foot in front of them, blunderbuss, slug ammo out, and just be like, I don't think you need to be going anywhere right now.
Okay, so you can make a perception check for me to see if you can try and keep your eye on them.
Dirty 20.
Oof.
17 plus 3.
Sexy.
Where?
Don't think he's ever rolled this well. Wait till I take the shot. Now what?
Okay.
Got it the wrong way around.
Oops.
Another hole.
I don't think this should be initiative just yet. I think we're still not quite there. But I'm going to say, because I have rolled for them, they are like sprinting by in the back of these houses where there's no one kind of really in the way, and they're trying to like sort of look around them as they're sort of doing so. And they do spot you on the roof. They kind of look up and say, like, shit. And they start to try and duck and weave a bit more and go under like some sort of market stall or something. And then they try and slip through an alleyway back into the main thoroughfare that would lead towards the train station kind of area. And you try and keep a bead on them, and you do unfortunately lose them.
Oh, shit.
As they get a 21 on their
shit.
stealth check to try and hide.
Damn.
But you've got a general sense of where they are, because you can see like some of the crowd that's in the thoroughfare where they're just people moving about. They're starting to like almost separate a little bit. You can see the general direction, but you're having a hard time really keeping a bead on the exact person within the crowds. But they are now in the main thoroughfare, in the direction of where the mist was pointing you towards, and they're just bombing it.
Would I have been able to see as they kind of came through that thoroughfare?
I mean, where would you be at the point where Kitty and Fear are trying to get to this person?
I hadn't, because I'm a big metal lady.
Yeah.
I haven't really moved from where I was originally, because I was trying to keep an eye on where they were.
You give me a perception check.
Could Marcus do that as well, please?
Yeah, of course.
Like,
yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah. How can I help?
21.
14.
Marcus doesn't. But I think Marionette, I think you would. You would just about see the commotion that's kind of... You look behind you can see the whole crowd that's in front of where Kitty's trying to make her way through in the middle. Just get out of the way! And then as you look into the left of the mist and now in that direction, you can see there's a bit more of a commotion happening there. So you can see someone get pushed over as someone's trying to run through. But you know it's not Fear because you saw Fear go up on the building. Everyone's accounted for. So you kind of get a feeling.
Would you see me on top of one of the buildings looking down?
You can, probably see with the blunderbuss. Just
I'm going to book it after that guy then.
You start running. And I think the crowd will probably just part for you anyway.
Excuse me.
Seeing this just metal robot.
Those that don't make the choice to are going to.
Bounce off you in different directions. I you can easily see that Marionette's gone in that sort of direction. It's up to you whether you want to continue.
I feel like I would have been kind of going after him before that anyway.
Sure, that's fine.
Just attempting to.
You
Not
can
that I was
meet
going
up
to
with
catch
Marionette and try and sort of go in that same
She'll probably
direction.
catch up with me by the time. Yeah,
absolutely.
Scoop you up.
And Marcus is with you, just seeing go. Okay,
we're going, Marcus.
All right. And he's now running alongside you with Fear on the roof. Three of you are now trying to follow this person on the ground.
How much of a gap is there between us now?
I'd say 120 foot from where you are now starting your sprint.
Okay.
And they're 120 foot ahead of you. Fear is up on the roof, maybe a couple of buildings ahead. Trying to keep a bead on them. But they are still sort of moving at this point.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to do right now?
How far is the train station away from
It's
where we are?
still a fair distance. It's like...
Is that
20-30 minute walk still?
Is that red mist a singular one now that we've split apart? Or is it
was only ever one, sort of like one sort of...
And is it still, now that we're moving, is it also going in the same direction?
Yeah, and it's keeping up ahead of you. It's like keeping in the same direction.
So I think as like he sees you guys running in the same direction that he's looking, he like drops the blunderbuss so like it goes back on the sling, and then he pulls the sniper rifle out, and he will then like go down the scope. He's going to try start looking through the crowd to see if he can take a shot and try and debilitate the guy.
Okay, you could make me an attack roll with disadvantage because you still can't get beat on him at the minute. But you can see whereabouts he is.
Yeah,
disadvantage
just like
allow you to try and take the shot,
and stuff.
And you might get a lucky shot. This is kind of what this is for.
I didn't really roll that well. Could I roll?
I like it, but no.
Oh, there might be another child death here.
Timmy, no!
I mean, this would be up to me whether a child dies or not, so...
Okay, so, like...
Just tell me what it is, man.
So it's literally an 11.
Yeah, that does not hit.
Anything?
You don't hit them at all.
Don't just fire into a crowd. Go full auto.
Zoom in.
I'm trying to decide whether high roll's good or bad for you. I think it's good. So I think your shot misses for sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit anyone else. You shot luckily enough, just kind of, you can see it kind of break apart this slug round that you've got. I believe blunderbuss, you said?
So I put the blunderbuss away to try and get like a shot with the sniper from the roof.
Yeah. Your sniper rifle round, it hits the stone pathway, and you can see it kind of breaks apart into a few pieces. But no one is wounded.
Good.
Yeah. But it's not silenced by any means.
No.
So it's probably a fairly loud... and people are starting to sort of look and see what's going on, see where
I think he's like,
fired from.
There's the culprit! Running from the fire! He just like screams out from the roof.
I think
can't hear you!
we kind of like focus in on this guy that's kind of running through the crowd, and you can see he kind of looks back at you and kind of gives you a bit of like a smile. And he turns away with his hood up, and he's like kind of weaving through.
Go!
I'm going on.
But the crowd, I mean, you can maybe a persuasion check to see if anyone sort of reacts to you. Try and get them to...
What is it I'm making?
Persuasion.
18.
Not too bad, okay. I say you get a few people's attention and go, what?
Everybody down!
And some of the people do start to sort of and hold their heads and try and get close to the walls of buildings. But like... It's kind of like this dominoes effect, so like the people immediately below you hear you and get to the side, and you can see them kind of all start to move to the side, but they're still in the heavily populated crowd, so they're still moving.
Okay.
Are you guys doing anything else other than chasing?
Still chasing, and I'm going to kind of reiterate what Fear's been doing, but on the ground, like, stop that man, he's destroyed homestead and lives of children this night. Stop him immediately.
Okay, you can make me a persuasion check as well.
Okay.
Kitty, get him!
That's not so good.
How?
Fireball!
16.
16.
You have the technology.
I only have halt.
Oh.
Double.
You capture the attention of a couple of people, and you can see there's maybe like one larger sort of dude, and he's just kind of like got this torn t-shirt on.
Been at the gym.
He's definitely a gym bro for sure. You know, traps the size of mountains, and you
checking for traps.
He kind of he hears you call out and goes, "This guy,
that guy,"
and he tries to go and grab him as he kind of comes past.
You can do it, bardic inspiration.
A natural 20 from him. As he kind of grabs the cuff of this person.
Good boy. So that was really weird.
That was a lot more sexual than I thought you meant it to be. No, it's not for you, Jen.
It's not for me, Jen.
I think as you're sprinting, this guy like grabs the collar of this, like almost like clotheslines him, like. But you can see this person that's running away is quite a lot smaller than this dude. I mean, this dude's like 7 foot tall anyway. But this person that's running away is maybe 4.5 tall.
Okay.
Broaching maybe 5 foot.
Little.
But they're really like smaller stature. Not the point of like halflings or gnomes or anything like that. But
Just a little small.
very
Still
nimble,
going.
very lithe.
Okay.
And this guy kind of picks them up and like lifts them off their feet and is just holding there with like one hand. But then you can see they get dropped.
Okay.
And you can see this gym bro, as I'm calling him now.
His name is Jim.
And he starts to hold his throat.
Shit. But does that give us like more time to sort of close the gap?
Yeah, I'd say you definitely get a bit of a.
Can I take
closer
another shot?
How much is the gap closed?
Sure.
What footage are we at?
What footage are we at? I'm going to say you were 120 foot.
Yeah.
I'm going to say you're about 80.
Amazing. I cast sleep on the figure.
Okay.
I will also at the same time.
Sleep.
Well,
You taking a shot? I mean, it's all happening at the same time here at this one moment. So
I did say it, but like I also don't.
I mean,
want to
you
interrupt
don't
the
know.
spell.
You don't know what Marriott's doing.
Yeah, I think as he goes to hold him up and his legs
You
off
can
the
see
ground and
like
can't
this
moving,
is my chance.
that's when he's just like.
Go for it. Yeah. Kitty, what are you doing? As you were also within this chase.
I mean, yeah, I'm kind of just there for the ride at the moment. I can't really, like, because I was tempted to charm person, but that's only 30 foot, so I think that's probably something I'm just holding on
Yeah, that's
for
fine.
later, because I don't, yeah.
That's all good. You save until you're a little bit
Well, yeah,
closer.
the other spells that I've got are like, well, the range spells that I've got are damage, and I don't really want to do that. So I'm just,
fine.
having a lovely old
jog.
ride. Well, no, I'm in like Marionette's arm.
You're in.
Yeah, like
Just
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. She did a drive-by on me.
One
Yeah.
arm's got Kitty, the other one's casting sleep.
While he gets lifted up, in that moment, would have advantage on the attack.
I wouldn't say advantage, but a normal attack roll because you can now see them.
15.
15. That does hit.
Hang on. This.
Oh shit!
Oh, hang on.
Do I get sneak attack because technically there's now an ally in 5 feet
The
of them?
wrong thing. 7.
Oh, I don't know.
Jimber is an ally. I regard him as my best friend. I've never had a best friend. I've only ever had a brother, and we've both been tortured in our life. But Jimbra,
Mr. Jim Bra.
Mr. Jimbra has been there for me in a time where my own brother has not been.
Oh,
Wow.
that's deep, man.
Wow.
I won't accept the law. But sure, I'll let you have the sneak attack. I guess they would technically be in this moment be an ally.
I rolled 28 on sleep because it's at 3rd level now. That's the only spell
Casting it
slot
at
I've
3rd level
got.
as
It's
well.
the only one I have available to use.
Okay,
So, because
28.
we haven't rested.
Good to know.
12. What sneak attack at level 5?
You tell me, buddy.
So it's 12 piercing
One
damage,
spell slot left.
just before
We need
the
a
spell hits.
sleep, which will kill us.
Yeah. Features sneak attack.
Sneaky, sneaky. Like a snake.
Level 35 now.
Yeah.
3d6. So 12 so far. It's not great. 12 plus 5 is 17, 18, 19, 20 points of damage from the shot. And I'm looking to debilitate.
Debilitate. Okay.
What's a debilitating shot?
I did.
It's like a kneecap.
Debilitated. Let me.
Used to be an arsonist like you, and then I took a black bullet to the knee.
That was good.
Thank
That was
you.
very good.
Just double checking.
He had 2 HP. You go over his max.
Instant.
Get him, Kitty!
He's just a boy.
Where is... Marcus has got nothing range.
Okay. You definitely hit your shot for sure. Maybe it's like in the back of the shoulder because you're definitely looking at their back as they're being held up, and you can see the round strikes them, and the blood just kind of like spurts out the back. And it's definitely red blood. You can see that much. So they're very much at least a humanoid. You don't know if they're a vampire or whatever.
Or is it leaves a trail?
They are certainly wounded. Your sleep does not go off. I'm very sorry.
That's all Right.
How much did you roll?
28.
Ooh.
So
He's a beefy boy. Then,
What's the
isn't he?
saving?
It's no save. It just,
Oh, is it?
it just-
It's just
so
like, yeah.
it's like a roll, and then it takes away from their HP, and if
Oh,
it takes
okay.
them to like,
even with the
zero, it's-
deduction of 20 hit points,
he's a beefy
it's
boy.
not
Then
enough.
Right, okay.
he's a beefy boy.
Yeah, I just didn't know if
Yeah.
charm person would work.
Damn.
beefy, but not like fucking hell beefy.
Beefier
But
than,
it's
beefier than
yeah.
us.
I think as you guys are running, Beer just calls like, he should be bleeding. Follow it.
But you can
He's
see
also not asleep.
Mr. Jim Bra is now just going.
You did your best,
And
Jim.
they've fallen to their knees and they're just
Oh,
holding their
no.
neck.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
He was like a brother to me.
But like this figure like scuttles to the ground as they're dropped. Clearly have somehow slit the throat of this Mr. Jim Bra.
Oh no.
How close are we to this situation?
We had it.
It's all happening at once. You gain about 40 foot, so you're about 80 foot away.
I have
I'll be fine with that.
And it's yeah. So they drop to the ground and then like they try and get their speed back up, and they're just carrying on.
Keeping on following.
Yeah.
And you can see at this moment they turn a corner.
I will try
It's
and
at the
catch up
same
with you guys.
point the mist turns a corner.
Oh,
Same corner.
The same corner.
Wow.
follow the mist.
You follow around, and you're keeping up the distance, but you're finding it really hard to gain any distance on them. They're fast, but not so fast that they're gaining away from you. You're kind of keeping this level
Yeah.
distance.
I can do 90.
Sorry, what happened?
I can do 90 in a turn.
You can give me an acrobatics check as you're trying to go from roof to roof here. Some gaps are bigger than others.
Acrobatics, you say? 23.
Shit, okay. You're still on the roofs and you manage to keep up.
An extra 10 feet. Extra 10 feet.
Yeah. You can try and take another
If I
shot.
dash.
Uh,
380.
Okay, so how far away? Obviously, like doing the catch up with these guys, following the mist, trying to follow this guy. What's the distance between me and them, and then me and this guy?
So there's a difference between, I think, between you and Kitty and Marinette. And Marcus is
Charm person's 30, but that's not
probably
the range is 30 that I need to be.
40 foot. Because you've got height, obviously, in there as well.
And so 40 foot to these guys, and to the
And to you, you're still about 80 foot from the... You as a group, are kind of in the same line.
Yeah.
You're going along the roofs, everyone's on the ground.
He brings up the rifle and he's like,
Yeah.
and then we'll hone in.
Okay. First, maybe a perception check to see if you can keep a beat on him.
11.
You can't keep a beat on him, but
Yeah.
I'll let you make the attack roll with disadvantage again.
No. 12.
Does not hit.
Little Peter, no!
Someone does take the round. Ironically, their name is Peter. No, and you can see where someone kind of gets like pushed to the side by this person. They just kind of get in the way of your shot as you just take it, and it just shoots them in the back, and they go, oh, and they fall to the ground just face first.
I'm not apologising for that.
And people are like screaming as this person just falls to the ground dead.
Oh, God.
I'm going to use my last spell slot available
You've
to me.
fucking got this.
We have a plan.
We have a plan to
Sure.
cast Crimson Blur on myself, which will increase my speed by 10 feet.
They call it
Meaning that if I dashed, I can close that 80.
Okay, right.
Jack doesn't want us getting this guy.
We will.
Sure.
Tenacious!
So I'm assuming it's an instant spell.
It's a bonus action.
That is pretty instant.
Yeah, it is instant. Blood kind of like starts to circle up around Marinette. She's fast as fuck, boy.
That's fast.
Marinette failed. It also means that attack rolls against me are made with disadvantage. Speed increases by 10 foot and cannot be grappled by the duration of the spell.
Okay, it's almost like a miniature haste.
It
almost.
is. It's
Yeah.
like a mini haste. I
That's
also
very
do more
cool.
damage with things.
More damage.
Yeah, my weapon attacks get an extra d6 blood damage.
That sounds like a
you get him,
great
girl.
spell.
Crimson fucking blood.
That's really good.
Yeah, and I've also got Kitty under my arm.
Okay.
The wind is just like.
Just getting slapped with a bit of blood every now and again in your face.
No way downtown.
What a like this great hulking, like 7-foot copper monstrosity with a halfling tucked under the arm,
And the,
blood swirling around.
His kitty's head hitting the railing.
Okay, so what is your speed now? Is it
My
40?
speed is now 40.
Okay, so I'd say in this moment you do your dash as well, so which means you will gain 20 foot because of the extra 10 foot. So obviously you're using the action to run again, which is what everyone's doing in this moment anyway. So yeah, you gain about 20 foot, so you're about 60 foot behind him now. They're about to take.
Go.
You can see they're about to take another corner.
Did you go?
But what, we're 60 foot away?
You're 60 foot away.
You've got another one, 60 feet.
No, well, I've got like attacks, as in like I could do cloud of daggers, but then that's like not really anything. I could just hit him. I could magic missile.
Do that.
I could just magic missile. I'm gonna magic missile
Alright.
the bitch.
Did you go?
What am I doing for this? Right. Oh no, I don't need to roll.
Nope.
1d4
damage.
plus 4. Ooh, I might use this as a. Why not a third level?
Third level.
Or maybe
Crank out the
second
big
level.
guns.
So that'd be 4 darts.
4 darts for second level, 5 for third.
Fuck, I'm gonna do
That's
5.
number one.
Can I make this non-lethal damage, please?
Ooh.
I can't remember if force is one of the ones you can make non-lethal or not.
Yeah, I feel like it has to be like a physical
You can't
attack.
pull your punches currently.
Like you can't do fireball as it, but I think force you might be able to.
Yeah.
Rules is written.
Yeah, I'm
Boxy
not
Jack
sure
is-
because I don't know rules
Well,
very
roll
well.
the
So.
damage up for me anyway.
So what was that? What did I say on level 3? So it's 5,
It's
isn't
5.
it? Yeah.
D4 plus 1, I think it is per.
Yeah, it is.
missile.
Ooh. Okay. 8, 9, 10,
Tasty treat.
You can do non-lethal damage, but only if the spell inflicts melee damage. Because then you're choosing where it hits, whereas like a spell is like.
Very good.
21 damage.
21
21.
points.
21. Have an egg.
I'll have an egg. I'll have an egg.
Do you want to describe how it looks? You're summoning these 5 kind of magic missiles?
Yeah, I'm kind of. Am I still under your arm at this
I'm
moment?
holding you out.
Oh, you're holding right.
Go! Go! Shoot!
Like Grogu.
Yeah, it's very much Mandalorian.
Yeah.
No, yes,
I
no.
want fan art of that.
We just want fan art.
Yeah.
Any fan art.
I'll bully Dave to do it.
Yes.
Yeah, again, it's these like proper like shards of almost. It kind of does almost look like. I feel like since she's had that puff of the cigar.
Okay. Yeah.
She's a changed woman.
Yeah, these shards of almost
really
like they have that
methamphetamine
kind of
now.
like a slight angst vibe to
okay.
them.
Very good.
And yeah, they are like even more jagged. And yeah, as she's kind of like simbering out. Yeah, direct hit.
Yeah, these like 5.
homing beacons.
Yeah. I've seen them as like these little crimson kind of trail, almost like when the mist you're following kind of like. You can see it's
like Yondu's thing in Guardians.
exactly that.
Yeah.
It's a very and they strike the back of this person one after another, and they don't lose footing or anything. They're still going, but they definitely take wounds for sure. I think I don't know. You can make me.
Could I
Just a
not
quick
hit them
perception
in?
check to see how they're doing.
Could I not like honed it to the Achilles tendon or something?
You can't call shot it, I'm afraid.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry, what am I doing?
Perception check.
Perception.
I love the idea of cold shots, but the idea of NPCs doing that to us.
Yeah.
Can I go for a headshot?
Oh, that is a 19.
19.
Look at you rolling eyes.
I never expected that.
Look. I was like, we're going to get
neither.
3, aren't we?
Yeah, this guy's getting away.
So, you can see this figure is cloaked in some sort of black cloak and a hood over, so it's quite hard to see wounds and that kind of thing. But their running form has kind of faltered a little bit. They're kind of like almost like a limp. Almost they try to like keep their speed up, and they're doing so mechanically. But you can see wounded.
He's got a wobble on.
He's got a wobble on. Love it. Yeah, and they now take another corner. Mist also follows in another corner, that same corner.
Running.
And you make your way around the corner.
There's a lot more of them around here.
And it's kind of getting busier as you get closer and closer to the train station area.
I'm a weed.
But as you turn the corner, people that are on the ground, you are met by thugs. And they like block your way, and they're like, "Oh, you! Tax!
Tax? Oh, goodness me.
Tax or a blade?"
Oh, blade! And I'm going to stab him with my rapier.
I was just about to fireball them in the face.
That deserves inspiration. That was very good. Come on. That's fucking great.
Yeah, I'll give you an inspiration for that. One of the rare inspirations I'll give.
Fear has never been more proud. Like, just instinct, just fucking kill and move. Just keep going.
You make a attack roll for me.
Yeah, I will.
Don't fuck this.
And I would say there's about 5 of them in your way.
I fucked it. That's only.
Do you have inspiration?
I do have inspiration. Is that a reroll?
Yeah,
Okay, it's better. 15.
that does hit.
Sick. So it's going to be 4 points of piercing damage with an additional 5 blood damage.
These are
I'm a
not
blur.
seasoned thugs.
One of them's 14, you monster.
As you say,
He's wearing an Adidas hoodie and he's carrying a bag of turkey dippers.
If he doesn't need an addy, he's of age.
oh god. So yeah, you say blade. You say.
There's a bit in the Mighty Boosh where like Julian Barrett's character's like, Noel Fielding's character's somebody's in like an alleyway and it's like the guy's like, yo, you need to like give me your money and walk away. He's like, swordplay, and just runs him through.
That's the vibe.
Very much that. And you run through with your rapier,
Yeah.
and it just impales him, and he just goes. And he like falls upon you with this like rapier just still in his torso.
Anybody else?
And the other 4 are like, what? Barry, come on! And they start to like try and grapple you and try and
I
stop
can't be
you.
grappled, mate. A crimson blur.
You can't be grappled
Can't be
whatsoever.
grappled. No.
Okay, so
Can I try and charm them? Because I can charm multiple. How many left now?
there's 4 left.
I mean, I can't be grappled, so if you want to save that.
Oh yeah, I'm just going to try and get them to fuck off.
That's
But...
fine.
or just
I
run
love
away.
how like you've been carrying Kitty with that as well. Blade, you say?
Oh yeah, they're just, I'm covered in blood.
You're just like
and viscera. Just
I don't think this is the
Tumbled
first time
around.
that Marionette has multitasked in this way.
I mean, if anyone can, it would be Marionette.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll try and keep a beat for
Can I cast a firebolt on one of them then instead?
You absolutely can. Maybe
Is it
Give
not
the body its hours.
Tried so hard to make this a serious game.
holy shit.
But maybe the one that's further away.
Yeah,
that
they
it
kind of
does
like
anything,
fanned out in a
like-
line. So yeah, one's like maybe 10 foot away from you, but you can absolutely make a fire.
I'm just going to firebolt.
Sure,
Just,
yeah,
just try and just like fucking yeah.
Sure, yeah. Make an attack roll with a fireball.
Because it is a cantrip, so.
Oh, Marcus is here. He's got a big sword.
He is there, actually. Yeah.
Marcus will twain one.
Yeah, he will.
It Mark's like, it behooves one to get in our way. Oh, it's just plus to hit, plus his proficiency's gone up to 3, so that is going to be 6, 7 plus 7, 13 to hit from Marcus.
That does hit.
Okay,
Like I said, these are not seasoned thugs by any means.
Oh, he gains a spell slot by going up, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
So he's going to put a Divine Smite into this.
He's going to put a Divine Smite, is he? He's going to use his resources on
Yep.
his thugs.
He walks into a wall, turns around, slashes at one of them.
Sure.
D8
You're in control.
max damage on the sword.
Oh!
So that is strength.
Oh shit, I forgot to update.
I'll sort this out if you're doing your damage roll.
Oh, I've hit.
Okay.
I think
8.
22.
Yes, absolutely.
11.
And my damage.
What level spell would he gain? Third or
Third.
8
Oh,
damage.
Paladin, no, it'd be
8
second.
damage.
8
with a
damage.
fireball.
So that's 1 at base, 2 at first.
Firebolt to
3
the
Maybe
face.
2d10
second
now
level.
because you're level 5.
Is it?
I think the cantrips level up. They kind of get like a.
Yeah, 2
Extra damage.
double the dice.
8. So that's
You got 2 more
18
D8
damage
there.
in
No, you're on my
total.
dice.
Yeah.
Firebolt's getting good now.
Yeah, as I like kind of like get this
7,
crimson fire and just like
7,
hurl it into the
14.
face and just like, fuck off out the way!
You kill another one of these thugs,
Hell
and
yeah.
you sort of let loose this fireball, just kind of like haphazardly, like
Just
tap away
from Marionette's side. Just like,
Yeah, and like you hit them right in their like side of their face. They go, ah! They start screaming and they collapse to the ground as they're like, just almost set alight. You kill him.
Marcus
Maybe.
deals 20, so 8 plus 14.
Yeah, he fucking slaughters
It's like-
another one.
His blade comes out, he like hits the wall, and then he brings out, sees Marionette stabbed there, and he's like, right, and just like comes down, and the blood like comes up around the blade before it even strikes. It's like it pulls from them, and then it slices and like crumples the body. The blood just into it more.
Sure. Yeah, this another thug. Just maybe it's like at their back, and they just collapse into this crumpled mess with this great wound like across their back, and they're just bleeding profusely on the ground. And there's like only like what 2 of them left now, and they're the ones that maybe try and grab Marionette as you start to move through. But with your crimson blur, it's almost like a rugby tackle, but they can't keep a hold of you. They just kind of slip off your legs. And yeah, you start sprinting forward.
going,
They have not. They've halted your movement a little bit. I'd say you've lost 10 foot, but you carry on moving through, and you maybe have a little look behind you, and you can see these 2 are just kind of on the floor. Like,
Marcus goes prone.
we did this for 50. We did this for 50 fangs. We've lost 3 of us.
I will never financially recover from this.
Yeah. And they start.
All I can blame is Carol Baskin.
One of them grabs the other, and they're like, "We've got to go!" And they run some other alleyway, and they try and like disappear somewhere. As you've left 3 corpses just on the ground.
What you get for misbehaving?
So
From the roof.
See, Kitty,
Fearwall.
those thugs would succumb to angst crystals. You don't want to end up like them, so still run.
good to know.
you are now about 70 foot away from them, because you were 60 foot, but you lost 10 foot from the little bit of a distraction.
I was on the roof.
You were not, so you didn't gain anything because you weren't Crimson Blood.
No,
So
but I'll use my 90 to.
you're still 80 foot.
Can I use my 90 to catch up and get ahead?
They're also fast as well, so
Okay, cool.
you've still got 80, I'm afraid.
No worries. He basically wants to stay on the roof to give these guys direction.
Okay.
So we'll use his.
Is the
all
mist
3.
still going where we're going?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely still ahead of you, still going in the sort of direction of the train station area.
We could really do with some cardboard boxes or oranges in a fruit stand.
A cart of cabbages would be great right now.
A pane of glass.
So you move a little bit further down along this sort of path, and you can make me a perception check to see if you can try and get a beat on him.
I'd like to try something. Because I've
Angst
got
crystals.
yeah, just snort them on the way. I have a message as a cantrip,
Sure.
and I'd like to point my finger towards
Yeah.
the figure,
Yeah.
and essentially I whisper a message, and the target, and only the target hears it. I'm assuming in
Yeah.
their
Yes.
head.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what I could say. I guess I'm gonna say in like the most not Kitty voice, in like more of a kind of authoritative, maybe deeper voice. Your commander tells you to stop right there.
Like a. It's going to be a hard one, but perception check.
Do you have a moment to talk about blood-based makeup products?
10.
It's not good enough, I'm afraid.
My voice like cracked a bit and went to feminine.
Would you get a message back?
Yeah, because they can whisper something back. Yeah, they can reply in a whisper that only I can hear.
You don't get any like words back, but if you got like the sense of a sound coming through. You can hear a.
Bastard.
That's all you get.
Busted.
Bastard.
You get the feeling that like they've seen through you trying to fool them. But very nice. I love the idea. But
In that case, can I hurl a firebolt at them
No.
in anger?
you can. You're still
It's
70
120
foot away.
feet, so yeah.
120 feet.
I'm just pissed off now. Oh, there it goes. 15? Thank you.
That does hit.
Well, what did we say?
2d10.
Ooh!
It was 2, yeah.
You
Where
got to
am I?
max this and crisp this guy.
Right, where's my... There it is.
Shoot first, ask questions later. That's what party needs to become.
That's a 10 damage.
10. It hits them sort of square in the back, and it like burns some of this cloak away a little bit. They're still running.
Can I take another shot at this point then?
What was your perception check?
Before it was a 10.
Another disadvantage.
Come on. 18 on the first. 9 on the second, plus an 8, which is going to be 17.
That hits.
Okay. Do I get the sneak on this?
There is no allies.
So?
So no sneak attack.
Okay. I'm looking to debilitate.
Debilitate.
Debilitating immunity. A D8. Oh, it's 2d8. So that's 6 plus 3, which is 9, plus 5, which is 14 points of piercing damage as I look to kneecap him.
I mean, yeah, you hit him in the leg, but still running. He'll very much limping at this point. He's like, mechanically not lost speed, but he is clearly he's bleeding out of multiple wounds. He's got this like firebolt scorch on the back. Very much taken some hits.
I want to try for a non-lethal crossbow.
Other leg.
Okay, you haven't taken it. You haven't done anything this turn yet, so that's fine.
22 to hit.
22. That hits.
Non-lethal, 4 points.
Yeah, you. They are very wounded. You're just not getting through.
At some point, you're going to have to stop.
We can follow your blood.
And they
We just happen to be going in the same direction and are not even lying about it.
they carry on running.
So do
And
we.
so do you. But eventually, this sort of thoroughfare that you're going through leads to a quite a different looking area. This is like a plaza of some sort. You would know it to be, I think it's called, let's make sure I got the thing right. The Lurtez Park District.
Ooh, Lurtez Park District.
Where a tavern complex is residing here, called Dim Light. Genuinely.
That's hilarious.
Hang on a minute.
So you, you can see they're like in this district. It's quite a lot more open, but it is busy and it's bustling. There's like tables everywhere. There's a couple of gazebos here where people are just kind of chilling out, having some drinks. There's like a couple of fountains here. It's a very beautiful, very casual place to have a drink, rest, and such. But there's like a few like really big sort of buildings that you know would be the taverns themselves, and you can get there are bars in each one of these. It's very much a relaxing district, but they.
Well, we stopped for a house fire.
Where you enter is kind of quite near one of these buildings, and they turn the corner around the front of this building. I would like all of you to make a perception check.
With advantage.
No.
With a 1,000 advantage.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes.
I got an 11.
My perception's not good, but that was a natty.
Ooh, where?
22.
23.
really high
We're being
rolls.
perceptive.
I've got too much blood in my eyes.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
a really high roll on my end.
Them G's is happening.
A 25 stealth.
Damn!
As they turn the corner.
However, would they have a disadvantage because they are leaving a massive trail of blood behind them? I've shot them since.
At this point, it's about sight. Because you lose sight from around the corner.
See their blood.
You can absolutely, you can follow the trail. You can use
I'm like a predator.
you could use survival to try and like track the blood and see
Yeah.
where they've gone. But at this moment, you have lost sight of him.
Marcus didn't roll.
Are we survivor then?
So, Fear, you run out of roof.
Oh no.
You just like lose your feet. Whoa!
Just like stops, looks to the camera, blinks his eyes twice behind the glasses, holds up a sign that says, roll.
That's all, folks.
I mean, you can
see you
climb.
later, guys.
You can climb and stuff. So I'll say you don't fall off the
Just
building.
runs into the building because a spider climbs.
Bowies in.
Wait a minute.
You make your way down, but
Walls.
you lose complete sight of him. And this place, like I said, is busy as fuck right now.
Are we not meant to be chasing this guy, Jack?
We are.
Yes.
We're just shit at it.
I didn't think it would be like a turn-on-turn kind of chase, like, let's shoot the fuck out of him, let's find him. But it's ended that way, and I don't care, it's cool. What were your survival checks? Did you make them?
Oh, no,
I got a 10.
Sorry.
I got a 10 too.
Marcus is that
Matchy,
dice.
matchy.
Marcus spots it.
Roll.
Fear.
Fair.
Nah, 9.
Oh no.
Low rolls across the board.
Don't be
Don't
so
rub it
mean
in.
about it.
It's a position of power, and honestly, it gets to you.
We're so little.
If I have to set fire to another building,
So help me, I will.
I know where there's some fire. I will turn this chase around, and I will go get it.
Scoop up the fire. Put the fire down here.
Could you close
So-
down Discord? For me,
Yeah, I
please?
didn't mean to do that.
Ooh.
Awesome, thanks.
Cool. So, you shit. You've lost sight of him. You can see that, like, before you even enter this district. Fucking hell. You can see, like, some of these blood droplets from where he has been wounded. But as you just kind of get to the edge of this district, the foot traffic is now, like, starting to muddy this blood that's on the floor. And it's just kind of, like, ruining your chances of trying to, like, path towards where they were. You know the general direction. They went round the front of this tavern, essentially.
Is the blood mist going that way as well? Or is it going in a different
No.
direction? Ooh.
You see, it's kind of like cutting straight through this district, and it kind of like veers off to the right a little bit.
Maybe it knows a quicker route.
Where
Maybe.
We've come this far.
you kind of stall in the district, and you kind of like lose track of him, and you like people are just sort of moving past with drinks. Some of them bump into you and pour a bit of drink over you just by accident. Sorry, mate.
You will be.
Blade. Yeah, what do you do?
I say we just follow the blood mist.
At this
We
point,
know where it's going.
we tried.
Yes.
We tried.
Uh-huh.
We were heroes just for one day. Marcus, could you get off the floor?
It's lovely down here.
Have you shit yourself again?
There's so much of it.
It just won't stop.
Oh my god.
I ate a bad chicken.
I should have worn the brown pants.
Are you going to be alright?
No.
I'll be fine. Leave me alone.
Okay, you go to sleep now. Shh. Can't sleep on it. Oh, we need to get you washed.
Okay, so we're following the initial mist. Are we giving up on this chase?
Who? Let's follow the mist.
Okay. You follow the mist. Not pursuing this culprit that you think probably started this fire in the house that you saved a child from. and you follow the mist, and you have to weave your way through. Again, there's lots of tables, lots of people drinking, people just being very jolly and singing, and it's very juxtaposed as to where you were in the crypt, where it was very quiet and dank, and you've been through a few fights, been very bloody, and now you're just in this really cheerful, joyful place. It's kind of this very stark contrast to where you've been.
I hate this.
Makes me sick.
You, I mean, at this point, are you walking? Are you running?
Are we power walking still?
I'm just happily along for the ride. Yes. Whatever
Yes.
you want to do.
Hike you up a bit.
At this point, why do we try so hard?
I don't know. It's probably a painting we can step into somewhere.
So disappointing. Let's go at a brisk jog.
Okay. You follow this mist, and it takes you probably around another 10 minutes just to walk through and weave through this crowd of people. And you get to the other side of the district, where there's like another archway that you have to kind of lead the district through. And you're back again onto another thoroughfare. But now the train station is in sight. You can see, and it is extremely busy where you are now. There is just a mass of people going to the train station, and there's a mass of people leaving the train station. It is almost like difficult terrain, if you're calling it mechanical wise. So you can just slowly make your way through, and the mist is heading towards this train station. As you, just before you leave the Lurtez Park District, you hear a couple of voices call out to you, "Good luck!"
I beg your
As you start
pardon?
to leave. And you look around, and there's so many people here, you cannot tell where this came from.
What does that mean?
Like directly to us.
It very much like stands out from like any of the other sort of bustling crowds.
Was it a familiar
That would be
voice?
Was it a familiar voice?
No.
Was it in our heads?
You wouldn't know. Let's not be much of an arse about it. Give me a perception check.
Can we all do that?
Okay.
15.
15.
Could also have the test
Oh my goodness.
That's you.
That is a 3.
Lovely. Kitsy on brand.
23!
Whole 20.
Sorry.
So,
I've got you held upside down backwards, you can't see
Oh,
anything.
I've been through.
Kitty's just ragdolling it.
Yeah, just the G-force alone has just like scrambled my brain a bit.
I think, yeah, for Kitty, you're not really sure whether it's magical or whether it's someone who's just shouted to
Some
you.
asshole.
But you look at behind, you're like, who the fuck said that? But you can't pinpoint anyone that's like looking your direction. No one really stands out to you. I'd say, I think, what did you get? 15 was it? I think it was, yeah. Yeah, Marionette of Fear, you can tell it wasn't your heads. But it was done masterfully so. It was done to the point where it sounded like it was in the physical space around you. Because you're kind of used to having you've heard the founder speak in your head before. It sounded at the time very much in your head. There was no like reverb, it wasn't or anything like that. But this one very much sounded like in the space you're in.
And did it sound like the founder? You said
No.
we didn't recognise it.
No.
Could it have just been that guy being a dick?
Possibly. Felt like it, didn't it?
But you carry on if you wish,
Yeah.
following the mist. And you get to the Kanrath train station, where at the front, to get into the train station itself, you have to go up to 60 steps. 60?
6-0.
60. And these long, polished black marble steps. And they're not small by any means, like you have to take a step, just to kind of get up each one.
Marcus, uppy.
Uppy.
Oh no, you shit yourself, dude.
And you have to do so slowly anyway because of the actual mass of people here. And yeah, you make your way up, I presume. And you can see the train station itself almost looks like a temple. It's like these huge black, almost onyx columns. And on these columns are like these familiar gargoyle statues, very much like the ones you found in the crypt. And they're just kind of like, they look like they're guarding the place, essentially. But you can see at the top of this train station is this red gas that just seems to just be expelled out of the air. And you can easily guess that's probably because of the trains that come through here. They run on blood and angst, and this creates this pretty noxious kind of air. Not to the point where it's like where the refineries are, where it's very fucking noxious. But here it's fine. It smells, but it's okay.
I think Kitty takes a real deep breath.
Kitty, no!
Marionette. Like a steam train.
Spit it out.
Cigar, you say?
You
Spit out air.
kind of look around this crowd that's here. You can see all kinds of people. Traders, diplomats, adventurers, beggars, travellers, explorers. Some elite vampires are coming through, but they have their own sort of bodyguards with them. Some elite sorcerers that have even come from Cyherested, but they're allowed here because there is some sort of trade coming through. And there's just many, many other groups of individuals here. But this trail, you can still follow it. Even though it's kind of like a little hard to see where this trail is, you can still smell it because it smells like the founder.
Daddy.
And you eventually get to the top of these steps where you are now on the main sort of platform. And to get in, you have to essentially buy a ticket. You're not allowed on there unless you get a ticket. And you can see each kind of like booth where people are being held up, trying to pay for things. Some people are sort of being pushed away because they can't afford it. But these booths each have these foldable cloth screens where you would imagine people would be able to pay with blood if they could not pay with currency. After all, blood here is a currency of its own. I think, please, someone roll me a D6.
Ladies?
Kitty?
Okay. 5?
5. Alrighty.
We don't know what it means. We don't know what it means.
I think because you come to a point where you like almost have to queue if you want to get in, and I would imagine it pisses fear off massively. You're like, fucking hell. But
Give me a random bit of sharp metal to play with.
in a near, like, you're kind of near to the right hand side of this entrance, and like in the corner in your right, you can see quite a young sort of child has set up a newspaper stand.
Oh.
Marcus goes straight over and is like, "This is Crypt Temple territory," and kicks the stand in.
He does not do that.
Please, sir, why have you shit yourself?
It's a crypt thing.
Fuck's sake.
Marcus attacks not the kid, the stand. He absolutely loathes.
What's this poor newsboy touting?
As you're having to queue, you can't help but hear this urchin essentially sort of shouting out to everyone. They're trying to like give these newspapers away.
What's his voice? What's he shouting? How's he selling it?
She.
Sorry.
Or she!
Sorry, street
I
urchins.
literally wrote down boy.
Yeah, my apologies.
Women can be street urchins too.
Well, before I do that, I think, Kitty, you're nearby.
Yes.
Kanrath today has been given out here. And it's not abnormal by any means.
No.
People are paying like a simple
very
couple of
reputable
fangs
paper.
for every newspaper. But this very young child who's like 9 years old, who's like got like a pile of these newspapers under their arm, and they're like, "Hear ye, hear ye! The lost child has been found by vampire sentries and returned to his family. Hear ye, hear ye! Priests of the blood god and vampire sentries hunted the spies of the sun god to stop their dishonorable assassination attempt. Hear ye, hear ye!"
Oh, they're doing such a marvellous job.
You can take the boy out of the lizard.
And they can carry on speaking, and there's another story of a savage monster known as a Dalmoon has attacked our valiant soldiers. Buy a newspaper to know more. And they're sort of like, people are like, yeah, I'll have one of those, and they're giving some fangs out to the child. She's putting in like some sort of hat that's on the ground. Yeah.
Can I go buy a newspaper?
You absolutely can.
I steal it on Monday.
They're usually like 3
Mine.
fangs.
I'll happily.
Sure, you give some
Child,
over.
Hello, child.
Hello, child, who's probably taller than me.
I think you're like matching height.
Lovely. How long has it been since my brutal murder? I can't remember how long have we been at this? In game time.
Yeah, so... Ooh. Because you had the vision that took you out for
Oh, I did like
So 5 days,
5
wasn't it?
days.
Probably that's been like a couple of days. It's what,
And it's
a
like a
week?
Probably been about a week.
Is this like a daily newspaper situation?
Almost a week. Canworth today, you know, is a
Is it
daily newspaper.
daily?
Can't wait.
Kanrath.
I'm gonna like flick through it anyway. I'm gonna see if there's any mention, because obviously
You really
one of
want
their star journalists has
Hmm.
gone missing. Is there any like follow-up stories to the obvious headline thing that was definitely in?
Sure, sure.
Kitty things.
Oh,
It's like, surely there's got to be
would
something.
there be? Would there be?
Is Kitty just like an intern? Unpaid intern?
Unpaid intern.
I mean, you were a journalist, right?
Well, I did the work.
Did you physically write for the newspaper, like, you know, actual sections, like, or were you just someone who got information from the outside?
It was more like I definitely wrote articles for.
Go to properties.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, we're back.
Still go into there and check properties. And then make sure it's on micro and zoom P4. Yeah, cool. It is. Yeah.
Tell us, Fluffy, how long has it
Yes,
been?
it's pretty on it for usually being able to tell us when something goes out, provided she was near the
Hello, can hear you.
Yeah, can't hear us now.
Okay. But how long have we been out?
How long
Has it
has it
been like 15 minutes or 2 hours? That's
a
fine.
lot of
We'll have to
episode.
carry on.
A minute or two.
Okay.
That's all right, that's all
Just to catch up, just in case. All right.
Kitty's not in her newspaper.
right. I'm sad.
Yeah,
And
Kitty.
Steph and I were laughing at the word.
Eggs.
Egg.
I crawled my way across the table, crawled it back, and went.
Egg.
Okay.
Griffin
Yeah,
stories.
fair enough. Just so you're aware, Kitty has bought a newspaper from this 9-year-old urchin.
Where were we? Where did we listen down? Right, Kitty's bought a newspaper.
It's what I bring to this table, guys.
Riveting information here.
And has her feelings hurt. Sad, Kitty.
Yeah, Kitty wants,
Sad kitty.
Kitty wants to know if Kanrath today were maybe perhaps investigating into your disappearance,
And brutal murder.
which it seems like they're not. Perhaps, maybe they're still trying to get information on it before they release information. You don't know. But there's nothing in there.
That's all right.
But yeah, you can see inside this newspaper is more stories about what this urchin was saying about the down moon monster, the ones of the priests of the blood god and the vampire sentries. Yeah, there's more information about those in there, but it very much is just kind of general information about stuff that's going on, and you're still just kind of in this crowd queuing at this point, having to wait. As you can see in front of you, someone just gets rejected and like pushed to one side, and eventually the crowd starts to move a little bit because people who can pay are now paying for tickets. One is brought to the side, and you can see they're brought behind this cloth screen. We can still see like a bit of shadow where like some tube is kind of like stuck in their arm to take some blood as payment. Yeah, I mean, you're kind of queuing up in it, so.
Would you like something to read, Fee? You look very bored over there.
No, I'm good.
I'm
thank
done.
you.
Open up a compartment, bring out some food. I'm going to offer you an egg.
Please try.
But
Loads eggs.
you loathe eggs.
Is the mist kind of like helpfully circling on a departures board where we should be ending up?
You can see it's now. You can where you are. You can see the train, and this is only one platform. It's like one train in, one train out. But the platform itself is huge. Yeah,
But the
You
train
can
is very small.
very day.
It's one of those ones you have to ride on it and you're exposed.
You see the mist is now hovering above the train.
Okay.
I'm not sitting in second class.
Okay.
I guess whenever we get to the window, he is like,
Before we get to there, should we hide our sigils? You've already hidden yours, haven't
I'm
you?
good to go. Like, he lets you do that. He will turn to the window and he's just like, I need 4 tickets on the train, please.
Sigil, I hide myself.
Yeah. Okay. So after about, I'd say 5-10 minutes of waiting,
Irately,
Tapping the foot on glass.
like, 4 tickets. We do not wish to be disturbed.
I think getting up to this booth is difficult because it's not like English queuing where people are like, yeah, we know how to queue.
Oh god, is it European?
It's people like everyone just getting in. Like, you got the first few people that are trying to form a line,
the worst
and then the
thing you've
people
said
just
all
like
campaign.
coming in at the sides.
This
at
is the true
booth.
horror.
And they just
This is it.
ducked in.
Can I
Yeah.
use my roguish skills to dart through them to the front?
Sure. You can maybe acrobatics check as you try and weave through. And like,
25.
yeah, I mean, you kind of try and drag your party along with you, perhaps. With that higher roll, I say you can try and be that person that kind of pushes in a little
Or
bit.
like the human chain of like pulling the family along.
Okay.
4 tickets, first class. We don't want to be disturbed. If I have to wait here any longer, I'm going to bite someone.
Don't you know who he is?
I am fear.
Esquire. Tell the best man who you are. Do you want to pay?
I'm happy to pay. As long as it gets me out of this god-forsaken rat nest. And he like turns to the next person next to him when he says rat nest.
Okay.
How did you know my name?
So, you approach this one booth, and there's like 2 of these Kanrathian like guards.
Sorry, what's your name?
Don't ask them.
I don't know. I know.
Yeah.
It's my new job.
No, the clothes are too big for her. She's
Still sitting.
it's like it's baggy.
My mum's like, you get another job.
Got a terrible cough.
No, you do not see Isla in a massive costume. No. You see 2 male guards at this entranceway that you'd have to walk through, and they're kind of blocking the entrance, waiting for you to purchase your tickets. And you have to talk to this person in this kind of like rounded brass booth, and you have to like kind of look up a little bit as they're kind of elevated. And you say, 4 tickets, please.
No, please.
4 tickets. And they say, fangs or blood?
Thanks.
Very well. And we'll pick up there next time.
Oh,
You're going to make me wait 2 whole weeks.
Yes.
genius!
Yes,
That's so
I am.
good. Love that.
Just put it into rest mode. Don't even turn the PlayStation off. Just leave it there. Just Crash Bandicoot tapping his foot.
I think I'll just say that the last thing you see, because you can just kind of see through to where the train is, like the goods, like some crates and stuff, are being loaded onto the train. And some are being taken off. It's fairly normal. There are trade between Garrote Mountains and Kanrath and Cyherested and Kanrath and so forth. And you can see like there's someone kind of shouting at one of their assistants, and they're kind of getting angry with them, and they're kind of pointing at the train and pointing back at them, and you can't hear what they're saying, but you can certainly see goods being delivered on first, and you can see people waiting around the train. You can see this blood mist is kind of like, it's not stationary, it's kind of like moving up and down this train, very much indicating that this is where you need to be. So we will pick up there next episode in a couple of weeks' time. So
Choo-choo.
thank you all. I hope that
Okay, let's
mic
go.
outage did not fuck us too much. Yeah. Anything else anyone else would like to say?
Thank you. It was very fun.
Brilliant.
One other thing, just to anybody who might be listening on the podcast or watching back on YouTube, we are still pushing on the Crit Awards. Please do consider going up into Google, typing in Crit Awards, going to the website, which I think is just critawards.com or org. I can't remember.
I feel like it was org.
Yeah, I do too. And just, if you like Bloodpunk, if you like Starfinder, and Starfinder is the one that I have been pushing, but I realised that also, this could also be a nomination if you enjoy it. And
I did nominate Starfinder.
all
Been nominated.
So it would be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, if you do fancy donating to the channel, on the About page or on the Twitch, there is a donate button which could help us buy new mic equipment and new stuff. I don't know why.
We need something new there. For
That's
sure.
the second time that's dropped out on us.
Yeah, it's very
and I
weird.
don't like that. So
There's maybe like comfy chairs.
Also comfy.
Streamlabs, if you want to support the show,
Comfy chairs, please.
Auto Glass Cornwall.
we are all either in our 30s or pushing 30s. We need lumbar support
My
now
legs
more
are
than
dangling
ever.
on these fellas as well.
These were all free off Facebook. I did this entire studio on a budget, so But
Yep.
if you look over there at that window is about to fall out. The big one. There's a big crack in the plasterboard. If you look at it from the outside, you can see the plasterboard.
Where's the plant?
The plant was being quite disruptive to the, so I had to unfortunately remove the plant.
Oh no.
So if you do want to donate and we can start saving up for a new premises or anything like that, then that'd be great. But obviously, only if you feel you can. Otherwise, win the lottery, send us a donation.
Hell yeah.
In the meantime, like, subscribe, tell your nan.
Will let somebody be my sugar daddy or mummy, provided my wife lets me out to play.
Thank you for being here. We'll catch you in a couple of
Apart
weeks.
from you,
Yeah, apart from you, Alex.
shit stain.
How dare you have fun in Australia? I hope you're having fun anyway.
It'd be awful if you didn't. If you were like, I hope you're not having fun. I hope you're having the worst honeymoon
That's what I
anyone's
said.
ever
I said, I
had.
hope you're having fun.
No, I'm saying, but imagine if you did that. That'd be horrible.
I fucking didn't, all right? Yeah. Thank
End
you
the
all.
stream, dude.
I'm fucking ending it. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.